Well, welcome back everyone for a lovely Monday night. A little bit of Dungeons and Dragons to get started with for our evening. As you may have noticed by the title, maybe not, because a lot of people don't pay attention to those. We're doing something a little bit different this evening. A lovely game called Lost Mine of Phandelver. So we have some of our usual players here. If everyone wants to say hi before we dive right in.
Hey.
Greetings.
Hi, I'm Eric.
Boy.
As he gets up and walks away and says, "Screw all of us."
Don't show us your filthy room.
I'm doing my lighting better.
Shut it. Sweep your
Yeah, I'm
floors.
Tom.
I do, daily.
Dog hair.
Dog has hair.
Well,
We have carpet.
Dog eat carpet.
so let's do a little bit of paint a little bit of a backdrop for this campaign. Oh, Eric is stinky and sus. Got it.
God damn it.
At least once per session has to be the tradition now.
It wasn't the usual guy though.
Well, for a little bit of background before we dive into this. More than 500 years ago, clans of dwarves and gnomes made an agreement known as the Phandelver's Pact, by which they would share a rich mine in a wondrous cavern known as Wave Echo Cave. In addition to its mineral wealth, the mine contained great magical power. Human spellcasters allied themselves with the dwarves and the gnomes to channel and bind that energy into a great forge, where magic items could be crafted. Times were good, and the nearby human town of Phandelin prospered as well. But then disaster struck when orcs swept through the north and laid waste to all in their path. A powerful force of orcs reinforced by evil mercenary wizards attacked Wave Echo Cave to seize its riches and magic treasures. Human wizards fought alongside their dwarf and gnome allies to defend what became known as the Forge of Spells. And the ensuing battle destroyed much of the cavern. Few survived in the cave-ins and the tremors that happened afterwards, and the location of the Wave Echo Cave was lost. For centuries, rumors of buried riches have attracted treasure seekers and opportunists to the area around Phandelin, but no one has ever been able to succeed in locating the lost mine. In recent years, people have settled in the area, and Phandelin is now a rough and tumble frontier town. More important, the Rockseeker brothers, a trio of dwarves, have claim to have discovered the entrance to the Wave Echo Cave, and they intend to reopen the mines. Unfortunately for the Rockseekers, they are not the only ones interested in the Wave Echo Cave. A mysterious villain known as the Black Spider controls a network of bandit gangs and goblin tribes in the area, and his agents have followed the Rockseekers to their prize. And now, the powerful mage wants the cave to himself, and is taking steps to ensure that no one else knows where it is. But our story starts a little bit smaller. It starts just outside of the city of Neverwinter, about 7 a.m., where two tieflings gathered just outside of the city gates in front of a small charter's post, where merchants often set up carts and horse to deliver goods and goods to different towns along the Sword Coast. And in the city of Neverwinter, a dwarf named Gundren Rockseeker has asked you to bring a wagon load of provisions to the rough and tumble settlement of Phandelin, a couple days' travel southeast of the city. Gundren, who was clearly excited and more than a little secretive about his reasons for the trip, saying only that he and his brothers have found something big, and that he would pay you 10 gold pieces each for escorting his supplies. And each of you have had your own meetings throughout the week prior, leading up to the launch date of the 17th of Hamar. You were tasked with escorting his supplies safely to Barthen's Provisions, a trading post in Phandelin. He then set out ahead of you on horse, along with his warrior escort, Sildar Hallwinter, claiming that he needed to arrive early to take care of business. And this is where we are introduced to our two tieflings of the group. Standing outside of the stockade, or the charter's post, just kind of patiently waiting. You arrived a little bit on time, or a little bit before the scheduled time, so you guys have probably been standing around for about 10 minutes while the charter master is getting the cart set and ready for departure. And as 7 o'clock hits, you begin to see a stout yet powerful-looking dwarf begin approach. And as he approaches, he walks to the charter master or the charter's assistant, standing behind the counter, and requests the same escort wagon or carriage that you guys have accepted for.
We will be traveling with a dwarf, I see.
Exciting, isn't it?
It'd be nice to see what these people are all about.
Should we describe our characters?
So yeah. Please, explain or tell them, or yeah, describe what these tieflings see.
Oh, I
Me
am
first. Okay.
Yeah, you go first.
So, you guys are looking at a relatively tallish dwarf. I'm standing about 4'6". Kind of stocky, muscly, but a little old. He's got white hair, kind of short, along with a shortly trimmed white beard. He's got sort of a pale complexion, and he's dressed in this obvious adventuring gear. Over his chainmail, you can see that he's wearing this sash with a green and white diamond pattern on it.
And so the charter's assistant, as you request your cart and carriage, he gestures over to the two tieflings as well as the cart that is currently being prepared. And if you two want to describe yourselves.
Well, I'm lurking slightly behind Val as a male tiefling. I'm wearing what you would kind of think as your quintessential rogue's outfit, with a long cape with the hood up, and everything I wear is black and dark colors and earthy. But I hide basically like Val's shadow. You see me standing behind her, kind of just lurking there. Every time you've heard me speak, he speaks softly, and you see a sort of comfortable presence in him, where he's very much comfortable with who he is and where he's at. think
And
that's about all
then
I can describe.
there's
Oh, I'm sorry. The most important things to see are, you notice from underneath the hood some charcoal black eyes that seem to absorb the light around them, and the skin itself around the eyes is a radiant alabaster white.
and then there's Vale, pretty much the complete opposite, wearing wearing like a bunch of purples and like pinks and whites, kind of with like moon and flower designs all over it, kind of like mixed in. Um, she's got like the palest white hair that you could think of, with the same like pale white eyes, and then these cute little dustings of freckles all around her face. And she's very tiny. She's like 5 feet. Cut her some slack, man.
Yeah. Vladia stands about a head taller than her.
And her tail's just like swishing happily behind her.
Wait, so like to be behind her lurking, is he like crouching?
No, he's just kind of like standing there, arms crossed, kind of just like slinking in, not really hunkering down, but he's not standing quite so tall, just like being there behind her.
And she definitely tries to like appear taller, so she's like standing on her tippy toes or like leaning forward.
Big hair done up.
Yeah.
I'll make my way over to the staging location, towards the both of you, and extend a hand, a very large dwarven hand.
Valyra grabs your hand. She shakes it excitedly.
Oh, a lot of-
Valedius makes a polite wave from behind.
It's so great to meet you. My name's Valyra. You can call me Val, though. This is Vladius. You could call him Vladdy, or just Vlad, really. It's really great to meet you. Who are you?
there's a lot going on there.
Oh, I'm so sorry. And she like stops shaking his hand.
Thank you. Sorry, Val? What?
Yes.
What? No, okay. And, tall one behind you?
Vladdy. Or just Vlad if you want to.
Right. Right. Well,
I
pardon me,
quietly,
no manners.
under my breath, kind of whisper, "It's Vladius."
Oh, I'm so sorry. Vladius, yes. Vladius. I'm so used to calling you Val. I'm sorry.
Right.
That's all right.
Well, allow me to introduce myself. I'm... Oh, sorry, it's been a long time since I've had to give a normal name. Burdane. It's a pleasure. Burdane
What's
Big
that?
Hand.
Burdane?
Most people...
Huh.
Burdane. Yeah. Most people call me BB.
Hey, BB. If most people call you BB, I will call you BB. Although I'm not.
I'll
most
take
people.
Burdane, BB, Sarge. It all kind of bleeds together.
I think BB is a very cute nickname. I think I'll take that.
Appreciate it.
You see Vladius cover his mouth and snicker a little as she says, "It's a cute nickname."
I suppose we're a bit early, yes?
Oh, yes. Early is late, and late is unacceptable.
Right. It's a good way to look at it.
Precision.
So we're next to the cart, right, Kyle? I'll place some of my heavier stuff on the cart and just kind of take a seat. Just next to it.
Okay. And about another 10 minutes pass, waiting, and that's when you see walking down the path and approaching the same charter's post is what looks like a blue-skinned humanoid walking with a very sun-tattered skin and blonde, both very kind of like young looking, maybe just into their 20s. They both approach the charter's post. If you would like to describe what they see.
Well, you see a girl with blue skin. She's not quite as short as Val, but she is, relatively short, and she's got like these tiny little tusks. So she's like blue skinned, but she's got like these really small tusks, not enough to be like a full-blooded orc, but you can tell there's some orc blood in her family somewhere. And she has like really short, choppy black hair, like she cuts it herself with a freaking, knife or something like that.
She cuts it with an axe.
Yeah, basically. And her skin looks like she's really young, but her skin looks quite weathered for her age, as if she spent a lot of time at sea. And her companion is a human boy around the same age. Just like, he's pretty ordinary looking, brown hair.
And the two of you begin walking, chatting amongst yourself. And as you get to, like as I said before, the charter's post, and make request the Rock Seeker's carriage, again, the assistant just gestures over to the three of you sitting now against the cart.
As the pair walks closer, you can see that the girl at least walks with more of a saunter, like, yeah. And she kind of saunters up to the group, and she kind of looks you guys up and down, and to Vlad and Val, she says, "Well, aren't you two a charming couple?" And she puts out her hand and says, "I'm Storm. I believe we'll be in the same group here for a while."
Val grabs her hand again, just an excited shake. It's like, "Oh, it's so great to meet you. My name's Valeria, but you can call me Val, and that's Vladius. You should probably call him Vladius. I call him Vladdy though, but we've been friends forever. But anyway, we're not a couple. We're just friends. But it's it's
A huge
great to
grin
meet
creeps
you."
across her face. "Nice to meet you, Val. Vladdy. And you are?" She inclines her head to Verdane.
Call me BB.
BB. I love that name.
It is just the cutest.
Hmm.
And by this
If I
point, she's
remember right,
stopped.
you should be waiting on a few
Oh,
few others.
this is my friend Puck. He won't be coming with us. He's too much of a wuss, but he had to walk me here. What a gentleman.
Just elbow you in the side and wuss. Okay. I see how it's gonna be. And with his accent, you can tell he's kind of got a definite foreign accent that has been broken over the years. And soon after these introductions are made, you from the city, you see a dark-skinned dark-skinned or elvish looking. It's hard to describe without being, I'm just bad at it today. If Michael, you would like to explain or describe how you look?
I guess I can do that for you.
Yeah, because I suck at it, right?
So what you guys see approaching you is a tall, slender man with white silvery hair pulled back into a ponytail, although he has 2 curtain bangs in front. His face has a goatee with stubble growing along his jaw. Other than that, if you didn't know any better, you'd think he was just a elf with dark skin. But the more you look at him, the more you realize he has less elven features and more human features. Although you swear you see both inside of him. But besides his face, you'd notice he's wearing pretty well put together clothes. You wouldn't say it's like a noble, but definitely not poor. And it's of dark colors. And you think you see a cape floating, but you notice it's a little dirty. It's actually an apron he has on his back, affixed to be a cape.
She's Storm is gonna kind of like lean down to Val and say, "Well, isn't he a tall drink of water?"
Oh, he definitely is, but I wouldn't say it too loud for Vladdy to hear.
I thought you said you weren't a couple.
Oh, of course not, but I don't boy talk with Vladdy. That'd just be strange.
If you say
I'll
so.
give a quick little wave over in his direction.
He's gonna
Over here.
see that wave.
Come on.
He's gonna walk over. I guess you guys are here for the job as well, then?
Aye.
Well,
That'd be
if
right.
not, I suppose I'm in the wrong place.
Well, it's a pleasure to meet y'all. Nidus, Light Sky at your service. And I'll offer a handshake to everyone.
An impressive name. I'm Storm.
I'm Valir. It's very nice to meet you. That's Vladius. I call him Vladdy, but you should probably call him Vladius. Oh.
I politely wave from behind her.
Pleasure to meet you all.
I think he's mute.
Nidus, good to see you again.
Well, now, that's a face I haven't seen. Sergeant Big Hand, is that
I'm afraid
you?
You might not remember me. I
Storm lets out a
That's
really,
me.
really loud snort at Sergeant Big Hand.
I lean in
Sergeant,
behind her and whisper,
Sergeant.
they seem to have known each other from before.
Is that why the people?
laugh it up.
Haven't seen you in a while, good sir. It's been a while since that job, hasn't it?
Indeed. Glad to see you're doing well.
Yeah, glad to be well. Nice to see you're holding up well.
Well, well enough.
So,
I'm still stuck on this.
Gladius
In an
leans in to
official
whisper to Valera.
capacity, Sergeant Big Hand. I don't know why that's so funny.
So I Storm laughed.
and at this point, as you guys are like, just to give you a little bit more image, the gates that you guys are at are the southern gates of Neverwinter, and the road leads kind of southwest down the coast, and off to the left side, just exiting the gate, is this charter post, and on the directly across from you guys is this small thicket of wood that bleeds into the forest behind or in front, or off to the side of Neverwinter, and stepping through the tree line is this large lunk of a man.
There's no
Stepping-
other better way to describe him.
And he steps through and just begins approaching the charter's post yet again, and looking back and forth between the two. He just walks straight towards the group instead of the charter's post. And Mitchell, if you would like to describe your character, please.
All right, so you guys see a man who is human. He is human, but you might not guess it outright because he looks very young, and in fact he is only 18 years old. But he's almost 7.5 feet tall. He's about 7'4",
Big boy.
and dude is basically just rippling with too much muscle for somebody that young. Way too much.
I kind of look up at him and whisper over to Valera. That's a rather large individual.
He is fat.
And he has long brown, I guess you could say almost Tarzan-esque hair, because, unkempt, nobody to cut it. He bathes, but he's not exactly the wash behind your ears kind of guy. You know what I'm saying?
I took a shower this week.
He's wearing essentially just fur pants and like almost half of a fur, like, I don't know what you would call it. It goes like halfway across his chest, like one of those straps, and it has like pouches and all that stuff on it with a little like fur shoulder piece. You know what I mean?
Bandolier.
Sorry to go total.
Bandolier. There you go. That's the word.
I was gonna ask if it was like that Chewbacca looking thing.
Yeah, basically, it's like one of those, but it's a fur thing. You know what I'm saying?
No, John, you're not supposed to wash behind your ears. I'm glad you know.
He's got scars and dirt all over him. This is just, I mean, I hate to say it, but this is just your epitome of the man's man. Like, this dude looks like he could wrestle a bear, but he also looks like he couldn't fucking figure out what 2 + 2 is if you gave him an hour. So.
Storm crosses her eyes and she kind of looks around and she goes, bit of a sausage fest, isn't it?
But as Lunk approaches you, you can see him kind of staring at this piece of paper very, very hard, and then he kind of just looks around and walks up to one of you and, me need find job, and just like show the paper to one of you.
And
quite the job for a person that big.
This one's looking to join us.
And
very
essentially, he has already agreed to do the job. He just can't fucking read and was told to be here on this day. So he is trying to find where he needs to be.
And those of you close enough, which at this point would probably be, well, all of you would be able to see it. And it's a very identical letter it's a writ of transportation, same one that you presented to the charter's assistant just before you got sent over here, and it's also the same one that you were supposed to present to Brenthan.
Oh, wonder it's another one to join us. Well, welcome. I'm Val. Valera is my real name, but you can call me Val, and this is Vlad. Yes, I call him Vladdy, but you probably shouldn't call him that. That's BB, that's Storm, that's...
Hold on. I think you're going to confuse him. Use less words, my lady.
Oh, I'm so terribly sorry.
Perhaps use one letter for each person.
Oh, but that won't work.
Lunk kind of interjects and just, you work friends?
Yes, work friends.
Storm
More or
nudges
less.
Puck. Storm nudges Puck and giggles.
And you can see he's definitely trying to stifle a laugh.
Are you sure you don't want to come?
No. Definitely not. I have, as we spoke before, I've got plenty of things to keep me busy here, and
I'll keep you busy. She wiggles her eyebrows.
And yet, not used to having this in a more public conversation. You see his face go or start to kind of redden on the cheeks, and he'll kind of clear his throat a little bit and start waving a small incantation in the air with his finger. And let's see.
But with all this going on,
TPK.
So you guys see
Vladius leans in after your comment.
When she says the "I'll keep you busy" comment, and seeing the other guy essentially deny it, Lunk just looks at her. Lunk need work.
Oh, you hear that, Puck? This one will keep me busy.
Gladius leans over to Vlira and says, "This one seems quite loose of morals. Stay away from her, my lady."
Oh, but she seems so fun.
But yeah,
She might be
so
a bad influence.
you guys see this incantation he creates in front of him. But all you see afterwards is a small silver coin be pulled or kind of just appear from behind Storm's ear, and in this kind of ethereal hand is being held out in front of her. Like, well, good luck.
She plucks the coin and she goes, "Show off," and she kisses him.
He's gonna, or returning his smile, he's gonna take a step back as the lot of you gather up your things and shove off. Yes?
Yeah.
Just before we shove off, I guess when we all essentially regather, say our goodbyes to our friends and whatnot, Lunk would finally take it upon himself to actually I guess you could say formally introduce himself. Yeah. Me, Lunk, work friends. Lunk strong. Lunk good Lunk.
Oh, how wonderful. Welcome to the party, Lunk.
Gladius is going to
see
raise his
that.
voice a little higher than he has said anything before and says, "Lunky might be the best Lunk I've ever met."
Lunk is best good Lunk.
Well, this seems like it's going to be a lot of fun.
Well, now we know what's pulling the carriage. Go on, big guy.
I could pull carriage for miles.
I don't doubt it.
With work friends on it.
That was a lot of words, Lunk.
Lunk
Bro-
know many words.
Roll an intelligence check for me. Lunk.
Just a raw intelligence check.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Oh no!
So
Oh no! For a Lunk.
they in the
wait,
process
I never
of-
asked you about that flaw.
I agreed to it.
Oh, that's right. Let's see if we can get in that one. Okay, we good.
So
Intelligence checks.
yeah, that conversation now is starting to give you a little bit of a migraine. A lot of
many
words
words
are
too
being
fast.
thrown around right now.
Lunk has strained himself listening. Lunk forgets names.
Okay. So,
Now, Kyle, quick question.
yes, sir.
So the cart's currently filled with provisions and supplies.
Yes.
So I would assume that we would be walking alongside said cart.
So there is enough room or it is a rather large cart that he's acquired for this task. So there is room for 2 on the front, as well as 4 in the back, along with the provisions. It's a pretty hefty cart, one of the larger ones. So the time of travel would be taking just a little bit longer than had it been a smaller one.
Storm will hop up into the front, into the passenger seat.
Right next to Burdane's belongings.
Oh. She's gonna kind of give them a look up and down. Burdane, I think you've misplaced your things.
No, they're right where they're supposed to be.
Oh, you're gonna sit on top of them? Do you need a stool?
God damn
I
it!
think I'll be fine. I appreciate the concern.
Did you just ask the dwarf if he needs a booster seat?
That was fantastic.
And I'll climb up onto the bench.
Gladius is just observing this all with his finger up under his nose, kind of.
You're more than welcome to sit up with me.
Oh, I already am, I believe.
Lunk is busy trying to fit himself inside of the cart that was made for normal-sized humans.
It is a little bit of a squeeze. And now, with those of you in back, you can kind of and trying to adjust things to fit large lunk size. You see that the wagon has been packed full of an assortment of mining supplies, food, maybe a dozen sacks of flour, several casks of salted pork, 2 kegs of very strong ale, dozen shovels, picks, and crowbars, a number of lanterns, and several small barrels of oil. And getting yourself situated and on the way, you shove off. And Nidus, you can make me a... This would be a... Let's see, what would be a... Go ahead and make me just a survival check.
Survival check. All right. Survival check from me, of all people. Yeah, sure. Survival, he said.
Wait. Someone back there, keep the big one from eating any of food. If it goes missing, it comes out of our pay.
I'm not sure if all of us could stop that.
There's your survival check.
So,
We win.
you do remember vaguely your travel, well, pretty well actually, with your travel up and down from your home city to Neverwinter. That it's about a the first leg of the journey is going to be about a day's travel in order to get to or down the high road across and right at the intersection of the Tribor Trail. But from there, not really 100% sure how long the exact time of travel is going to be.
Yep.
All right. Let me see. And we go back to here. That's where it was. So, with carriage in tow, and everyone situated in the cart, you make your way southward, and I'll give you guys the map of the area. You make your way south down the high road with the large expanse of the Neverwinter Wood off to your east and the Sword Coast beaches to your west. Traveling through the area, it's a chilly day, being with the seasons being kind of colder in the beginning of the year, and towards the end of the year, or towards the middle of the year, it kind of warms up and then cools down again. And looking out about you, there's not much traffic on the road this early in the morning, allowing you to push the horses just a little bit and pick up a good pace. And with this little blessing of clear roads, you make your way till about 4 miles down or from the Tribor Trail before the sun starts to set. And if you guys would like to, have any conversations on your road there, please just stop me and let me. At this point, like I said, you're about 4 to 5 miles from your turnoff down the Tribor Trail.
Storm will probably be talking to Berdrain the whole time. So, what brings
What's on
you
the menu?
here?
Well, I'd assume the same thing that the rest of us are here for. Money.
Oh, well, I meant more like Neverwinter. Do you live there?
Kind of.
How
Sort
do you
of. It's
kind of live somewhere?
complicated. I live there sometimes. Look, I
I
visit
suppose he lives there part
Neverwinter.
time.
Shut up, lad. We can't hear you. Speak up.
I
Just
visit
listening in
Neverwinter
from the
every
back.
few months. Just every few months. My
To visit your
my
friend?
kids live there.
Oh,
No.
kids?
Friend. Nidus? No.
Is he one of your
Work
kids?
associates. Oh no, Nidus is not. He's not one of mine.
So he's a fellow big hand, huh?
Ew.
No, I visit my kids. I don't get to see them very often.
Oh, how sad. Well, why is that?
That's my bitch ex-wife.
Let's see. A few years ago, the wife and I had a disagreement, which eventually turned into a divorce, and I didn't get to keep custody of my kids.
The fuck is a divorce?
Right, that's what I said. No,
That's what I
I
said.
said the same thing.
Wait, you what? Can you do
A
that?
formal separation
Ooh.
of such.
So you share the kids?
Sorry, what?
Seems
the
a little
kids?
rough. You share the kids?
No, I just didn't get to keep them.
That bitch! Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to offend.
Don't you talk about
Sort
my
of.
wife like that.
Sore subject. A bit of a sore subject. But it's fine enough. I get to see my kids every few months, and we've got 5, actually.
5? Well, I'm
Aye.
an only
He's got
child.
5 little ones.
Jesus.
Huh.
I mean, if the hair and beard weren't obvious enough, I've been around for a while.
Yeah, and kept you busy too.
You could say that. But no. So I take odd jobs whenever I can, like this one, to earn some extra dosh.
Look, don't we all?
Different reasons. And yourself?
Oh, well, I'm just
Possibly,
I
John,
just heard
possibly.
about the job and I thought it might be fun.
Fun.
Well, it's not like I had anything else better to do.
You're one of those.
What's that supposed
I
to
see.
mean?
Say no more.
And how
I
do you know?
understand completely. I was young once.
Uh-huh. And how do you know that tall drink of chocolate milk in the back?
Nidus. Yes. Nidus and I used to work a few jobs every now and then together. Never friends or buddies or anything like that, just work associates.
Not much of a talker,
He's
are
quite
ya?
competent, I'll assure you that.
Oh, I sure hope
myself?
to find out. What?
You're saying I'm not much of a talker?
Yes.
Oh, well. It's only polite.
To not talk.
Listen. No,
Oh.
to listen. listen. You learn more that way.
Maybe if you'd listen more to your wife.
Wow.
I'm sorry,
You
that
know-
was a joke.
You're a bit rough.
I'm
with
sorry.
the whole meeting new people.
I'm sorry. I was raised by animals.
Like the big guy in the back.
Not quite like that.
Oh, I see.
My
Lunk
parents
kind
were
of
fighting.
sees the thumb pointed at him for half a second and looks up. Huh?
Nothing, big guy. Just put your head back down.
This is the longest I've
He
ever been
always
in,
ready.
in civilization.
Looking back at Lunk, he's kind of decided at this point that the carriage is too small, so he's just kind of sitting on the back of it with his feet dangling off, just kind of scraping behind the cart.
His shoulders are like hunched inward, and he's craning his neck downwards just to like sit inside of this next to you guys.
Oi, back there. What about the rest of you?
Oh, well, me and Vladius are actually here. We've only been here about 2 weeks. It's very exciting. I've never actually left my castle before, and I'm so excited to be here and meet
You have a
everyone.
castle.
Oh, yes.
Asshole.
Well,
This
technically,
is
I'm
an
a
interesting
princess.
place.
Oh, it really is. And I love all the people that we've been seeing. They're so different from
I'm
the
sorry,
demons we
Vladdy.
used to
I
meet.
didn't hear you. Can you repeat that?
Vladius cracks the word. It cracks a small smile at his porcelain face as she starts telling them about how she's a princess. And he subdues it, goes back to a stone cold face.
Are we sure he isn't mute?
No, I'm very sure he's just mute. He talks to me very often. He'll get used to you eventually. It'll be fine. It'll be great. And we'll all be friends.
So,
The fuck is a
Princess.
princess doing on the road?
it's metaphorical, right?
I'm gonna
But I'm a
actually speak up and say,
princess.
no, she's actually a princess. And we
Yeah.
are here.
Right.
He speaks?
We're here to learn, see the world. Never met
So
you
ex-
people.
You'll have to excuse my crassness, but why does a princess want a cheap job like this?
That was my
Oh.
question.
Well, you see, because I'm actually a princess, but in the 9 hells, and I kind of just wanted to explore a little bit. Well, actually, my dad told me to come explore, so I'm coming to explore. And it's so exciting so far. I'm just really happy to be here.
I'm sorry.
Then
How
on
old
what?
are you?
Oh, I'm 25.
Okay.
No. The 9 what? I'll repeat louder.
The 9 hells?
You
Hell's
our
like-
homelands.
Down there.
Yeah, that's where I live.
Well, this group just got interesting.
Huh.
It was interesting when I saw 2 tieflings hanging outside Neverwinter.
You've never seen a
Fair.
tiefling before?
Plenty, but a group like this, you have to wonder where Rockseeker found everyone.
Found us in the
Oh,
9
by
hells,
the-
of course.
By the way, it would have been painfully obvious that Valera has money. She's got like all this jewelry and like rings and necklaces, and she's even got like some weird, like almost spider webbing jewelry between her horns that goes like draped over her hair.
Now that you're in closer to Vladius too, you notice that like even the cloth that's covering my face is bejeweled and ornately sewn, and my armor's covered in small shiny gems here and there.
Sorry,
Bits of-
Val, is it? I have a quick
Yes.
question. If you were
Yes, of
to somehow die during this journey, we wouldn't by any chance have a demon lord coming after
The
us.
lady
would we?
will not die during this expedition.
Oh,
Oh, if I were to die, you might very well have a war on your hands.
Okay,
If she
no
were
pressure.
to die, it would be very bad for everyone.
Oh,
Yes,
Are
but
all
that's why I
tieflings
have
like this?
Vladdy here. I don't know. There's not very many tieflings in the Nine Hells. I was very surprised when I met Vladdy.
Huh.
what's the weather like down there?
Hot. Usually.
Muggy.
Depends on which floor you're on.
Is it like a hotel?
Well, there are 9
Not
hells.
really, but there's 9 different areas. It's very hard to explain.
In any case, I'm sure it's to die for.
Sounds
Like
like a great place to vacation.
I don't
Maybe
think
not
so.
yet.
I don't think I could vacation in hell.
So that makes
Well,
Princess
which hell are we talking?
and Steward.
Oh,
I don't
he's
think
my
they're
knight in
friends.
shining armor.
His armor isn't very shiny. It's very dull, actually.
There are some gems on it.
Oh,
Yeah,
It can shine in the right light.
It's like, you're just
Hmm.
not looking hard enough. Come here, come here. You can see here all the jewels I bedazzled on him.
Storm squints from the front of the cart.
Nidus, show him that thing.
The thing? Oh, you want to show him the thing? I don't want to show him the thing. I mean, it's
Oh,
nowhere
I'd love
near
to
as cool as seeing a princess and her knight from one of the 9 rings of hell or wherever they're from.
I don't know, Nidus. I'd love to
Yeah,
see
you're-
a thing.
Coming across as boring. Spice it up.
Fine. I'll
I'm
wave
a
the
little worried
thing
about what
around,
this thing is.
and I'll wave around his what looks foreign to everyone, but it's a gun. Is that what you want to show him? The thing
The
that
fuck
goes
is
boom?
that?
Oh, it's my own special magic contraption. It casts my favorite spell, loud bang and hard hit. It's a combo piece.
I love a good bang and a hard hit.
Do you?
Hmm.
Not
If that
this
could be
kind, I can assure
if-
you.
If that could be silent, I could use it.
It's definitely not
Towards
silent.
the edge of the bench.
What does loud bang mean to you, Vladdy?
Make me a history check, Storm.
Ooh.
Yep. Does not look familiar. It looks relatively familiar, but you just can't quite place what it looks like.
It looks like a boomerang.
Yeah, it's definitely not a boomerang. I can guarantee that. Have you ever seen one of those ships with the big cannons on them? Just imagine one of those shrunk down, and that's what this is.
It's a cannon.
A hand cannon, if you would.
A hand cannon. Ooh. I'll have to tell my parents about this. They'd be very interested.
Apparently, they're more rare than I thought they'd be. Guess there's not many people tinkering around wanting to turn cannons into handheld weapons.
Well, I imagine those who have tried haven't met very fortunate ends.
If you're bad at putting it together, maybe. He's got to get the gunpowder ratios right.
Nidus is quite talented.
Oh, I hope to find out.
You jest. I'm not that great. I mean, I've tinkered a little bit, but you don't get too much experience when you just hang around home all day.
And where's home for you?
Waterdeep, not too far from where we were just at.
Oh, a lovely city. They've been having a lot of trouble recently.
I try not to delve into that. Got plenty going on. Helping Dad with his bard stuff and whatever it is Mom likes to rant about.
You still live with your parents?
No, I don't live with them, but I hang out with them a lot.
I can respect that.
Can I say, family's very important. When your dad's a bard teaching you tricks of the trade and your mom's a a drow that can't go back home, you start learning cool things about them.
Well, I'd love to hear you sing sometime.
No,
Yeah, I was on the road and
Can we all
No.
sing?
my
Oh, I
phone up.
absolutely love singing.
I don't do the singing thing. That's why I'm here tinkering and not there playing a lute or something.
You say that, and Val just kind of like reaches back, pulls out a lute. She's like, I can sing. Would you like that?
Oh,
I always loved music. I grew up with it.
is Vlad your harmony?
I mean, he can be. We have been harmonizing since we were very young.
Oh, I would love to hear Vladdy sing for us too.
Your singing's not going to open one of those 9 rings of hell, is it?
Oh, no, silly. That's a completely different thing.
Those are different songs entirely.
I see.
Yeah, Valera, if you would like, you can make me a performance check.
Hell yeah, man. Hold on while my phone just.
If it's a nat
spazzes
one, I'm
out.
gonna cry.
I will also cry. I'm gonna roll it on the D&D sheet.
Okay. I've got
That
it
way
up so
you
I
know
can
where
see
it's
it.
at. Okay. Eat my 22.
Wow, nice. So,
Now you
request
actually have to give the performance grave.
No, no.
if you would
I
like
mean,
to,
I'll
you're
sing
more than
if
welcome
you
to.
guys- I mean, I'll sing if you guys want.
That's up to you if you want to do it.
Do it.
But I will say she begins strumming the lute with a very like bouncy and well strung together melody that every so often has a interesting or has a slight like phrasing or a key change and then pulls back into
Is Vlad
prior
harmonizing
phrases.
in the back?
And both of them are while Valera is much more prominent, you do hear Vlad in the background, both of them singing in a very what sounds like if it was just spoken would be a very crude and rough, harsh language, but in the tones that they're managing, in the melody that they're managing to weave together, makes these rough words sound beautiful. Does anyone else speak Infernal?
I hope not.
Blaze is tapping his foot to the beat as we sing.
I don't know what they're saying, but it's got a catchy beat to it.
Whenever they finish, Storm is gonna be like, if you don't mind me asking, what language was that?
Our language, of course.
She looks around for demons. Burdane sees her, who's in front of with her, might see her look around in alarm.
Eyes on the road.
It's
I'm not driving.
That's. I just focus on that.
And soon after the performance ends, the sun begins to, or is where the sun begins to kind of crest down. And you also feel Lunk in the back kind of shifting a little bit and making the cart shake and jostle just a little bit. And
Lunk,
it's
settle down back there.
And as I said, it was about 4 to 5 miles before you know where the turnoff to the Tribor Trail is. Nidus. Do you guys want to continue to push through, or do you want to set up camp?
What time is it?
The sun is like beginning to go down. So with your background, you've kind of got the idea, or get the feeling that it's a little past 7 or 8 o'clock in the evening. You guys have been on the road for about 12 hours now.
Oh, yeah. Could definitely use a rest. I'm not used to these wagons.
And it has been a little rough.
It's making my ass sore.
Okay. Well, pulling the cart off, you guys have and pulling it up kind of to the top of the hill, you look, or you have the perspective of being a little bit higher elevation, and you look out to the west, and you can see the breaking blue seas of the Sword Coast. And just as the sun is beginning to sink beneath the horizon, it's letting out a large, like, red and orange reflection that seems to like stream across the reflective water as it breaks and weaves back and forth on the shore. Probably, rough estimation, about 4 miles from you. But with your being situated on this hill, it's a nice sight. And setting up for the evening, do all of you bunk down, or
Also, we bunk at.
Storm will stay up for a little bit, taking first watch, and she'll mostly stare off into the ocean, but she'll be alert.
okay. You have dark vision?
That's a great question. I don't think so.
Not as a Ganassi, I don't think.
What? Erased in 5th edition without dark vision? What the fuck?
Yeah, no dark vision.
Even I have dark vision.
I assume we got a little campfire going though.
Yeah, but that only lets out a rate. So in like 30 feet, you can see like, shadows, but after that 30 feet, it's you are getting a decent amount of moonlight coming through, but it's still, once you get past that 60-foot mark, it's kind of difficult to see. So if you want for your first watch, make me a perception check at disadvantage.
Damn.
8.
Oh.
Yeah, so it is a quiet evening. You kind of get lost in the middle of your watch, looking out over the sea, thinking about, what is your former ship mates doing at this time? Thinking, maybe if your dad is on the right side of the ship and looking in the right direction, maybe maybe you guys would be looking at each other even across the horizon. Thinking back on the friend you left in Neverwinter. But other than that, everything goes pretty uneventful for your watch.
Was it established that I wake anybody up for the second watch? Or do I just get to choose?
I don't think anybody offered, and it looks like everybody else went to sleep, so...
I'm sorry I didn't interrupt. I was gonna tuck Valera in and offer to take the second watch.
Well then, Storm would, kick Vladdy awake.
Step up and say, "You didn't need to kick me."
Oh, I'm sorry. You look like a deep sleeper.
I don't sleep, I wait.
Oh,
Weird.
all right.
Waiting for her, aren't you? She says to him, waiting for her, are you?
I don't respond to that. I just moved back to the
Storm
where she
laughs to
was.
herself as she goes over to sleep.
I do
Okay.
have dark vision, by the way.
All right. So, with your dark vision, your perception would be at, or would be just a straight roll. But just as the last point, you have just a little bit of extra vision. But once you get past that 60 feet, with the extra moonlight, you can see some shapes of animals moving throughout the plains. Maybe a few birds flying across the evening sky. And the biggest thing, go ahead and make your perception check.
Okay. And with all these animals and the ocean and stuff, Gladius is just going to be in awe as he's looking out at this world.
Yeah. So you do see a Hmm. So in the reflection of the moon that's now kind of beaming down, this might be the first time actually seeing it from this perspective, but you do see the moons of the moon above the Sword Coast reflecting into the now calm and relatively still, besides the small ebb and flow of the tide. You do see almost a perfect reflection of the moon in the water, but nothing of note besides the scenery.
Thaddeus is gonna quietly think to himself as he's looking out at the world.
And
Thaddeus is gonna think to himself and wonder if his mother's still alive and if she's looking upon these moons. And what it must have been like for his father to come to this land.
what is are we going to do another watch, or just have the rest of you sleep for the final 4 hours? Which is an
We
option.
could keep sleeping.
I think Nidus will actually wake up mid-sleep because of how comfortable it is to sleep in a bedroll on the floor.
Okay.
He'll wake up stretching his back out.
Okay, and so you awaken to Gladius kind of sitting off from the group a little bit and just on the crest of the hill, and looking out towards the ocean and kind of with his head tilted back looking at the moon.
I can take watch if you want to go to sleep, big guy.
Sounds good.
All right, easy enough. Enjoy your sleep about your 9 rings of hell, or wherever you guys came from.
Thaddeus is gonna walk over to an area near Valera and sit down and just kind of sit there. He's gonna fall asleep sitting up, but he's just gonna sit there as if he's watching over her as he falls asleep.
Nidus will be in awe as he's doing that. He doesn't want to sleep like a normal person. He's rather okay.
Well, I've given out my bedroll to her so that she's got something more comfortable to sleep on.
She
'cause-
didn't have her own bed, or did you give her?
No,
Oh,
both?
she had her own, but it's
For
not
the
quite
extra
comfortable enough
cushion.
for
Oh
the
my
for
God.
the princess deserves an extra cushion. So I've given out mine.
Soup.
The best kind of man.
bodyguard, dude. I'm her bodyguard, dude.
Storm rolls over in her sleep and she coughs. Simp.
What is this word? I don't know what this word is. I don't think that's a word in Faerun.
It's just sleep gibberish. She's asleep.
Oh, okay. Or
It doesn't mean anything.
well, go ahead and make me a perception check, Mr. Nidus, and with your lovely drow traits, it is just a straight roll.
There you go.
Nice. So, as well, your watch goes kind of uneventful. And that roll, you're able to see off into the distance of the sea this small orange glow that seems to be moving towards Neverwinter. And from your perspective, it looks like a ship way off into the distance that's trying to make dock. The air around you is kind of cooler in the evening without the sun, and you're staying up through the point where you're starting to see the sun begin to rise across the from behind you, and the grass that is situated around your camp is beginning to collect with condensation. you guys all wake up in the morning. For the sake of brevity, scarf down some decent rations, and pack up. And begin making your way the last few miles to the Tribor Trail.
I take it our rations are pretty simple, something like oats or nuts, stuff like that.
It depends. If you rations can be kind of whatever you choose them to be, as long as they're simple. You know, there's cured meats, there's dried vegetables and stuff like that you can use, or you know, in some cases, some people consider a ration just a flagon of ale.
That's Storm.
Mine's just
She's not
jerky
having
and
breakfast.
nuts.
She's just drinking a flagon of ale.
Well,
While
I'll
we're on the
assume mine to
road-
be some sort of jerky, and I'll use my prestidigitation to make it taste like a freshly cooked steak.
Ugh. While we're on the road, can I make a survival check to see if there's any anything in the area I should be keeping watch for?
Sure, go
If I
for
have
it.
any knowledge of that.
Yeah, you can. I'll let you choose. Well, which are you looking for? Are you looking like for trails of things that are in the area, or are you like trying to figure out if you've heard about things that are in the area that you should look out for?
Just heard about things.
That would be a history check.
Okay. Less optimal. What do I get? A 2.
You've heard about creatures. Nothing extravagant. You know, there's deer, there's fish, birds.
Better not hit a deer
Maybe
with this
cats.
cart. Better not wreck the cart by hitting a deer.
You
Yeah,
know
but-
what, Eric? I hate you.
You gotta watch for their shining eyes.
I feel attacked. Well.
Smooches.
Well,
Bourdain.
quickly, as you guys begin making your way, and Lunk just sits down again on the back of the cart, a little bit, and then the horses kind of struggle to take off.
Monk!
And at that, he kind of, sorry, Mitchell.
What was that?
Oh, I was just saying, you sit down on the back of the cart.
Fair enough.
Perhaps Lunk should sit in the front.
Mm,
He could ride the horses?
If he can fit.
He could probably run alongside them.
But he'd probably get tired after a while. I'd feel
I don't know. Big strong Lunk? Good Lunk?
Good luck.
Good Lunk run?
Has Lung ever ran that far before?
I mean, you've lived in the woods, so it's probably good to assume that you've run a fair distance before, whether it be running to catch food or running away from something bigger than Lunk.
Look at those big long Lunk legs. I'm sure he could keep up.
If you would like to, Lunk, you can definitely do so.
I think he'll just ride on the back of the cart for now.
So in a matter of a few hours, you're able to make it to the Veer-off, to the Tribor Trail. Some of you have had a little bit of traveling under your belt, or so you know from this point it's only a good about half a day to or a little over half a day from where you are to get to Phandelin.
Why is land travel so bumpy? Couldn't they at
Probably
least...
say the same for sea travel.
Oh,
All the
you
waves.
just roll with the boat. It's easy.
We'll just do the same for the cart.
She looks thoughtful and she starts kind of like gyrating in her seat.
Yep.
Shifting away from Storm a little bit.
Um.
I think they need to install cushions.
I agree.
Let's see. Here we go.
While we're riding along, Nidus is going to pull some parts out of his bag and start putting a contraption together.
Okay. And so, as you guys continue to travel and making your way down the Tribord Trail, at this point, you've reached the middle of the road from or towards Phandelin. And as you come around a slight bend in the road, Berdane and Storm, you're able to spot two large corpses on the like across or sprawled across the road. From your vantage point right now, they're about 50 feet in front of you, but as you get closer to about 50 feet, you can tell that they're horses. And getting closer, you see that each has several black feathered arrows sticking out of it. And in this area, the woods press close to the trail here, with a steep embankment and dense thicket on the other side.
Can Storm make a perception check?
Yeah, both bird. Yeah, Storm, go ahead.
Were you gonna say I can as well?
If you
Goodness.
since you're on the front, you can as well. Yeah.
Okay.
Storm can hear colors.
I'll also
She can taste sound.
pull the cart to a stop.
All right.
There ain't no going around that. Not as good. Pretty all right.
Storm is leaning forward intently. looking
Um,
around.
Is there a reason we're stopping?
Shh.
Road's blocked.
Hmm.
I don't like the feeling of this.
Let's see. And
she's gonna pull a rapier from her side.
so, as you get closer, once again you see the the arrows sticking out of the horse, or out of each of the horses, and getting closer. Verdane, even with your roll, you would recognize one of the horses, and Storm would recognize the other. These are the horses that belong to Gundren Rockseeker and Sildar Hallwinter. And looking with your perception check, looking in close, you can see that the saddlebag, or Storm, you can see that the saddlebags have been ripped open. Off to the side of the road, you see a empty leather case, seemingly to hold a map. And you also do see a slight rustle in the woods off to the... At this point, it would be the south to you. And both of you, and with or all of you actually, with the attention being called on the issue of the blockage, and looking out, you can see that there's a bit of movement behind one of the horses. And as you guys approach and get into about 30 feet, now, do all of you have sight right now? Can you see?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It does appear so.
Perfect. All of you looking forward can now see, and getting off the cart, you can see a small humanoid figure kind of wrestling into one of the final saddlebags, and he looks up, sees the lot of you, and then darts off to the northeast, and disappears into the thicket.
'Alright. 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 'Alri Everyone out.
Oh,
Maybe.
At
tie
this,
up
at the sound of
horses.
this, Ledius is going to help Valera up and stand in front of her.
Is there
So
somewhere?
then-
Is there something they can tie the horses?
And then-
Tie the horses to.
So Burdain has already pulled the cart off the side of the trail. And these are really well-trained horses, for shipping goods. And especially with this heavy weight of the cart behind them, unless extremely spooked, doesn't seem like they're going to go anywhere.
Okay.
Would I have recognized what that thing was? Or was it just a blur little creature?
You would have recognized it, yeah. It's a goblin.
Okay.
Has Storm seen a goblin before?
From your time at sea?
That's why I'm asking. Probably not, right? She's like,
There's-
what the fuck was that?
Okay, so you've probably seen goblins in different ports that you've been in, but instead of them being like out in the woods and things like that, they've been like really eclectic store owners. Some of them like have, that's probably the best thing that you could say is
Storm is gonna turn to you and go, Monk, is that one of your friends?
Likely not.
Good luck. He's just standing there looking dumb.
Uh,
Well, he's very helpful. Glad we have him with us.
Storm,
So, what are you guys doing?
how do you feel about moving some horse corpses?
Me? I'm not
Oh.
very strong. She kind of holds up her arms. But I can give it a shot.
Worth it. Lunk, you're with me. Come on. The rest of you, help if you like, or if not, just keep watch.
I'm gonna stand. You see Vladius like constantly looking around. He's got his crossbow up,
I'll,
like he's about ready to take
I'll
off a
keep
shot.
watch for you guys if the rest of you would like to stay with the cart.
I guess I'll hang around to the cart. Don't want anything to happen to the goods. And I'll have my gun drawn at this point.
I will supervise.
Oh, definitely need
moving
your
through.
supervision.
With those corpses in the road.
Mhm.
So I'll
Kinda,
start moving
as she
towards
walks
the,
by, she slaps Lunk on the ass.
Oh, definitely Lung's gonna help. I mean, who else?
Right.
Well, he's been silent this whole time, so she gives him a little slap on the ass to get him going.
That's just normal for Lunk, right?
It's like a horse.
Yeah, sorry, I'm still lagging a little bit, so I'm just getting like little tidbits for some reason right now.
You're good, sir.
Gotcha.
If you need me to back up a little bit, you can.
I hope the big guy's
I
not
was
gonna
gonna
try to
ask.
get
I missed the
horses.
part. So we pulled up. Did we see the horses drop or anything, or we just saw horse bodies in
Just
the road?
horse-
They've been
Horse
dead.
bodies.
Yeah.
Okay, they've
You-
been dead.
You did see a small figure, and Lunk probably have seen goblins before in the woods. You did see a small goblin, like perk up from behind one of the horses and then take off into the woods, to the northeast.
Storm asked you if
okay.
it was one of your friends.
I mean,
Heck no.
And
Goblins
as
mean.
the two of you and Storm approach. Ain't good.
Storm is going to Oh, never mind. She doesn't have that prepared. My bad.
So, Lunk does a 15 beat your armor class.
Me?
Yes, Lunk.
Yeah.
Okay. And then Burdain does a 22 beat your armor class.
Gee.
it does.
Then a 16 against Storm.
That hits.
Okay. So, as the three of you approach and Lunk and Burdain begin investigating, you are all, or the three of you, are shot with one of these black tip or black feather tipped arrows. That's going to be
Holy fuck!
let's see, 3 points of damage to Lunk, 7 points of damage to Berdane, and then
Good
5
lord.
points of damage
Berdane
to Storm.
Ugh.
And that is
Are you
where
alive?
I'm calling initiative.
Calling death more like holy shit.
Do you still want us
Got
to
it.
roll a initiative on
Oh, I
D&D
didn't hit it.
Beyond?
Yes.
I'm gonna be like holding my fresh
Okay.
wound
Nice.
while I get ready. Sorry, should I have clicked my token for that?
Nope.
Cool.
No, poor
Still getting
Lunk.
used to how that works.
Gladys was at 8.
Oh,
And
poor
then-
Lunk!
Lunk is a 3. All right, let's start the encounter. And so
So
that
did those shots come from the north or the
so
south?
your shot came from the south. Lunk's shot
Damn.
came from the north, and Storm's shot actually came from just to the side of the horses, where there's like the bush in front of where the horses or the cart is pulled off.
Oh no.
You said mine came from the north.
Yes.
Is this map oriented like north-south?
Yes.
All right, cool.
And so that brings us to Valera as, let's see, 2 goblins step out from the bushes behind the horses. And oop. Okay.
Sorry, I'm trying to figure out where we are.
Do you need me to zoom in on the stream, or do you want someone to share the screen?
If someone could share their screen, that'd be great. Can you point out which goblins just came out?
This one here, and this one here.
Oh, okay.
Purple and orange, yeah.
Okay. I guess Valera will take out her rapier and kind of like gesture to the, what's it called? The goblins to Vladius, and like slowly just start making her way over there.
All right.
And that's about all I can do right now. Oh, I guess she'll call out for a little bardic inspiration.
Okay.
'Cause I can,
That's
I
for
can do that.
30 feet, right?
Yeah.
Oh, come on.
60 feet, sorry.
60 feet. Oh, come on,
Yeah.
mouse. Work with me. This bitch is not wanting to work with me. Someone give me a ruler. Yeah, that is everyone.
Hell yeah. So she'll
Very
be
nice.
like, good luck everyone, you'll do great.
And so,
The weakest thumbs up.
with that, isn't that adding a d6?
Yes, sir.
All right. Bonus action: a creature other than yourself in the 60 feet that can hear you. For 10 minutes, the creature can add it to one ability check, attack roll, or saving throw. So yeah, on a ability check, attack roll, or saving throw, you can add a d6 to it.
Oh. Oh, very inspiring.
All right. Do you want to move?
Yeah, she can move up. I think she's got 30 feet.
Yeah, 30 feet of movement.
Yeah.
That'd be about there, up next to the horses. All right. Nothing for an action.
No, that's pretty much all I got.
All right. Storm.
She's gonna be cursing, but she's gonna dash up behind Lunk, and she's going to cast a quick healing word as her bonus action on Burdane.
Okay. Six points of healing. Nice.
And then she's gonna be like, "You fuck!" And she's gonna point at the purple one who shot her, and she's going to.
It looks like the damage didn't go through for me. How much damage did I take again?
It was 3 points.
Okay. That's
And
what I
she's gonna,
thought.
so she points at the purple goblin. She goes, "You fuck!" and
we go.
casts Toll of Dead on him. And then she's gonna duck and go back to back with Lunk,
Okay, and that's
holding her
a
arrow.
saving
her
throw,
arrow.
right?
Yeah, it's a wisdom save.
With DC 14, and you're doing it on which one? The purple one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, wisdom saving throw. That is a 19 minus 1, so 18.
Damn. Okay.
And is it half damage for...
Let me double check. I think it's just hit or miss.
Yeah, save or
Doesn't
suck.
do anything. Yeah, but then she ducks and she goes back to back with Lunk holding her arrow wound. And
Okay.
that's all she got.
So that is going to bring us... Let's see... to...
She pats Lunk on the ass. She goes, "Good Lunk," and then she points, "Bad goblins."
Goblin's always bad.
30. This one here is gonna rush out, or all of you here are rustling in the bushes to the south of you. And a small goblin is gonna rush out and notch an arrow into his bow and shoot for Valera. That is 18 plus 4, 22 to hit.
But, yeah.
What the fuck?
Whatever dice you're using, put them away.
Okay, I shall. And that is 4 points of damage to Valera as the bow or arrow sinks into her shoulder blade. And he's going to use a bonus action to dart into the bushes adjacent, and think he's hidden very well. Big hand.
Goblin right in front of me.
Mhm.
Purple. I'm gonna break that arrow off. And I'm gonna move towards him with my maul.
Okay.
Sorry, horse, by the way.
Crunch, crunch.
Menacingly.
And I'm going to... Oh, what the fuck? I heard my cat meow, and I looked behind me, and my foot, hit her while I was turning around. She's been underneath me the whole time.
She's so upset.
Poor titty
But
tat.
yeah, fingers crossed I can hit with this maul.
Please do.
Hey, it's a 22.
22 definitely hits. Roll me some damage.
You got it. I'm
Blamage.
coming in with a big swing. Let it roll.
An angry dwarf.
How do you want to do this?
Oh, just a side swing because we're about similar height, I'd assume.
Yeah.
Side swing right to the side of the face.
All right. Let's see. Yeah. So, you side swing your huge maul to the side of the body, connecting with his shoulder blade, and you see his head even kind of crunch in, and you hear the bones crack, and the body is just flung over to the other side of the horse, and lies limp.
Can I point my maul as a bonus action to the other one?
You can, if you would like to make a intimidation check. You can just do so. There's two different types of intimidation in this system. You have strength-based intimidation and charisma-based intimidation. So you can choose to use your or strength modifier to intimidate somebody.
Get him, BB!
You got it.
And
I'll use if I can, I'd like to use strength.
yeah, are you proficient with intimidation too?
I am.
So strength modifier plus your proficiency bonus for the roll.
So we're adding 4 to this roll.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Oh, that's 23.
This, as you kind of point them all at the goblin, he just shouts and is now frightened.
Oh.
Okay. All right.
That's my laugh. It's too loud. Pause.
So, popping out of the bush, another goblin is going to seize his moment and take a shot at the man standing very close to the, or one of the men standing close to the cart still. Vladis does a 17 hit.
Yes.
What the fuck?
You're rolling too high.
So that's 4 points of damage. As a
Change your
bow
dice.
is coming, or arrow is shot out at you. And again, he's gonna dart into the bushes. And yeah. And he thinks he's quite well hidden. Actually pretty well. The rustle of the bushes. I mean, does your perception or passive or any of your passive perceptions over 22?
Nope.
Yeah, so
No.
he kind of disappears into the large bush, and is gonna remain there. Another be stepping out from the tree line, taking a shot at Mr. Nidus. Ooh, I don't suppose a 6 hits.
No, that actually doesn't hit.
Wow, lucky bastard.
Okay, so you see this one step out, and then fire a arrow at you, and it sinks into the cart behind you. And then he's going to once again start and hide pretty successfully. Okay.
Let me get this straight. They're doing an attack, and then they're hiding, and then we can't see them because they hide.
Depends how
You-
well they hit.
So they
They're
hide.
hiding too well for us.
They're
to see,
using a
so.
bonus action to hide.
Okay.
You can see the pink one. He thinks he's hidden, but
Oh.
he's not.
Right, and some of them what they're doing is like jumping into the bushes, and like for the pink one, he jumped into the bushes and you can still see him because he rolled really low.
His
The
butt
other
is hanging
one-
out.
The one or the blue one that jumped into the bushes, like it's thick enough of a bush that you don't have a direct line of sight of him.
Okay. And same for the yellow one.
This one is like in behind some tree trunks, so you have a rough idea of where he is, just like he's hidden
Mhm.
behind a tree trunk or something.
Okay, gotcha.
Why is it doing this? Here, hold on. 1 second. Let me correct this. No, I need to go back. How do I reset?
The Virgins had a pretty good first turn.
Yeah, fucking BB the Menace coming out strong.
Hold on.
Clunk.
There we go. Okay, that's fine. All right, Nidus. What are we doing, sir?
I can at least see the pink one. Let me see what his range is at. He's in good enough range. I'm going to take that gun I got and fucking shoot him with it.
Okay.
Hopefully. Did that not roll over here? There it goes.
15 just hits.
Good. Hope he just dies.
Hope so too.
How do you want to do this?
Damn.
Aim for center mass and cast my favorite spell, Death.
So this goblin jumped into the bushes, and he's kind of like peering through the bushes, and so you can see his beady eyes, and you just aim just under that and fire, and you just see him just kind of slump with the branches of the bush just kind of still holding him up a little bit.
That never fails me.
All right. So this brings us to this one here, and he is frightened. So the frightened condition, you're at disadvantage on ability checks and attack roll while in the line of sight. You cannot willingly move closer. Yep, he's going to be running up in the same direction that the other goblin took off at, and he will turn around as he gets off into a far enough distance and take a shot at Lunk. But because he is frightened, it is disadvantage. Does a 14 hit your armor class?
Meets it, beats it.
All right. So that's going to be another 3 points of damage. This one here.
Lunk hurt.
It's gonna
Just
take
a wee bit.
a shot at.
Lunk hurt.
This one is gonna come careening down. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25.
An
And
ambush.
jump down the ledge that's off to the north of you, and come kind of wildly screaming at Storm.
Ah, fuck.
And with a
She literally
Root-
says, she goes, ah, fuck.
in a crudely shaped or misshapen short sword, kind of like it's covered in rust, and there's like little pot marks in the side of the blade to show that it's seen its use and hasn't been taken care of. Let me make sure I get the modifier right.
Oh my god.
Yeah, what's the modifier? +8?
That is
24.
an 11 to hit.
Does not hit.
Okay. All right. So he kind of just stands in front of you and just in front of you.
Storm goes, ah!
Gladius.
All right. Well, Vladius is concerned about Valera, but he feels like getting into the woods and doing some stealth attacks on the people or the goblins. Knows this one's out that one ran in over here, but he doesn't know where it is. So he's gonna.
So you can, if you did a perception
get in
check,
and roll a
you-
stealth.
So stealth would be like if you have something to actually hide behind.
Yeah, I was thinking walking into the woods here and trying to blend in.
Yeah, you could definitely do that if you wanted.
Yeah, but my goal of doing that is to go take a shot. But if I can possibly roll a perception to see this guy,
Yellow.
Yeah, yellow. If I could roll a perception to see him.
So as a rogue, you have the bonus action hide ability, right?
I believe. So let me see if I have the bonus action.
I'm not sure if rogues start with
I don't have
that
yet. No, not yet.
I think just like a ranger, he gets that later on, where he can take like a minute or whatever, and like
I'm pretty bare bones at level 1.
Okay. All right. It could be your choice. If you want, if you wanted to, both those checks would be a action to do. So it'd be an action to stealth or an action to perceive. So whichever one you want to do. You can still move into the woods. It just wouldn't be, sneak.
Yeah, it wouldn't be sneaky. Well, instead of doing that, I'm gonna move and try to be as much of a meat shield to Lyra as possible, and try to roll a perception check to the yellow guy. I guess it's my best shot because I know that he jumped in there. Oh boy, I'm not gonna see anything because my perception's terrible.
Okay.
I actually rolled these.
So for the first one, he didn't roll super high, but high enough to avoid all of your passive perception. So you were able to see the yellow one kind of poking his head around the tree, and as he notices you looking, to 17.
Okay, I have a passive of 6.
I know.
Oh.
So he is poking his head around, and you as you watch him poke his head around, and then you hear the of him kind of rushing off again. We couldn't have gotten far.
So it would have been worthless. I would just fire a bolt off and it would miss him anyway. But
you could fire at disadvantage.
Yeah, I'll fire at disadvantage just to see. Because there's no other targets I can actually see.
You can see the one right next to Storm.
Oh, I can? Wait a second. I didn't realize.
Yeah,
well,
and he's in combat with, or he's engaged with another of your party members, so that would get you your sneak attack.
Oh, good.
Yeah, because it's whether if it's a surprise round, if they're engaged with a someone in melee, or if you have advantage on the strike.
Okay, so I'm gonna roll a sneak attack.
It rolled it for you.
Oh, did it?
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was doing.
So 15 hits.
Oh, I used my crossbow. Good. That's what I was going for.
How do you want to do this?
Right through the throat.
Oh god. It's screaming at Storm and Storm is screaming at it, and then it just goes
And then it just chokes to death on its own blood.
Delicious. All right.
Does Storm get blood on her?
Final goblin. So that was your movement action, and you still have a little bit of movement left if you want to use it.
No, I'm good. Wait a second. Let me see.
Make sure you guys are inputting your health or changes to health.
Oh, I did put mine in. Didn't go through on my actual character here. Do I have to change it?
D&D Beyond, and it'll change it everywhere.
I did.
There it goes.
Let me see if let me.
Okay, we're good.
I was gonna say, do I need to hit refresh to see the effect of the changes?
On Roll20, maybe, but I'm not worried about it. As long as I can see it on D&D Beyond, that's all.
Yeah, as long as you can see it on D&D Beyond. I can't see it on Roll20 though.
All right. So Bluey, gonna step back out again and try to take another shot at Mr. Nidus back by the cart. And
How's he
Here.
doing again?
oh yeah, that one was different. Yeah,
Hey, bro, you cheating?
obviously.
Hey, yo, you cheating?
Lunk.
All right. So, as you're being shot once in the back and once in the shoulder by some weak and cowardly goblins, I'm gonna rage.
Okay.
Then, I would like to know, this is extremely unorthodox, but can I pick up this fucking horse right here next to Bourdain and throw it at this piece of shit?
So you could throw it at the bush. Not 100% sure where he is, but he know he's in the bush.
Easy.
What the fuck? What the
Yeah.
fuck are you doing, Lunk?
So I'll say you can roll a strength check.
Dope. 13.
Large enough to or big enough to lift heft the horse. Good God, words.
That's a tongue twister.
And toss it, and it falls about 5 feet short of the bush. So that's action. You still have movement.
Cover.
Your bonus action was to read.
For movement, let's see. Yeah, he's too far. I'll just go for the one I was trying to hit. Boop.
Okay, so you step up behind the corpse of the horse, or beside the corpse of the horse. Jesus, tongue twisters all the night. And stare into the bush, like seething with rage.
Going down.
All right,
And that's my twin.
all right, Valera.
Oh, remember you had that Bart. You had the inspiration.
Yeah, everyone has it.
Mhm. Yeah, so remember that you guys have bardic inspiration. You can add an additional
Shit.
d6 to.
I did forget that.
But it's only once, right?
Yeah.
Would have been worth it to hit him with a fucking horse.
She's gonna, like, glare at one of the bush closest to them from, like, behind Vladius. And in Infernal, she's using Vicious Mockery, by the way. And she just yells out, "Your mother never loved you, your father was a hermit, and you look worse than a mind flare." She, like, tosses her hair.
Okay, and
Fine words, my lady.
does that spell require?
I believe it's a
Do-
wisdom save.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's a wisdom.
Do you have to be able to see them though?
No, it's as long as they can hear. It doesn't
Got 'em.
matter. Yeah, it doesn't even matter if they can understand the language. It's just as long as they
Yeah, if I remember right, as long
It's
as they're
literally
within
just
audible
verbal.
range, they take some sort of psychic
Sick
damage from
burn.
it, or possibly.
So it's a DC 14.
user.
That is a 9 minus 1.
Got him.
He wins.
So
God.
Rules.
yeah, roll some insult damage.
You take a hefty 4.
So Lunk, as Valera insults the goblin in the bush, you hear a in the bush, ruining his cover.
Ha ha!
And that brings us to Storm.
Also an orthodox, but in the goblin stun, could I swing my axe at him?
He's not stunned. He just took insult
Fuck that
damage.
guy.
Now with Lunk having abandoned her and no cover, she's just gonna whip around and she's gonna point at this gobbo here, and she's gonna once again divine toll, or toll, not divine toll, toll the dead. I've been playing too much WoW.
Okay. And so that is a...
Wisdom 14.
Yeah. 9 minus 1. 8.
Is it missing any hit points?
It is not. Five. Nice. Nice. And you hear, Verdane, you hear the incantation of a spell behind you, and you see this kind of, what almost looks like a dive bell. Crusted with barnacles, just sink down above the goblin's ears, and it just starts vibrating. And you see the goblin in front, or that rushed off, just kind of, blood starts pouring from his ears. That brings
Sorry, she's gonna use her movement to come up next to Valera.
Okay. Now
She's gonna be like, "This is shite."
Oh, it's dreadful.
So,
Ooh, Jazzy.
let's see.
Big fucking blob.
See, this is the only thing I don't like about D&D Beyond is it doesn't tell me which one is which anymore. That's why I get confused on which one is here. So, see if this.
It don't got them fancy letters.
It does have the fancy letters, but the thing is like, you know how whenever you mouse over the turn order in Roll20, it gives you a square? It doesn't do that for this one.
Annoying.
Yeah, so I thought like selecting or putting the colors on there would help me see it better, and I'm just like, nope, doesn't. Let's see if 1, 2, 4. Let's see if getting rid of them from the turn order. It doesn't. So that's going to be Verdane.
Alright. I've got just enough movement to get up to that frightened goblin.
Okay.
And I'm coming. So that is, what's that? Straight line for a couple squares. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, so 20. And then diagonally for 25. Is he, like, turning away from me?
He is, yeah. Oh, still trying to run.
Okay. It's maul time. 15.
15 hits.
Okay. Oh. Cool.
Do it to him.
I want it to be known that I rolled 2 1s first, and because of my my 2 weapon fighting, or not 2 weapon fighting, but one of my features lets me reroll 1s or 2s.
Oh wow.
Whoa, Burdane, don't pull out the 9.
Chill, Jamal. Don't pull out the 9.
Flat.
And so, Lunk,
Love that skid.
you see the other kind of the husky figure you kind of look behind and see the other the husky figure of Burdane walk up and just bring up this maul and bring it directly down on top of the goblin's head, and you hear a very satisfying crunch as it just kind of collapses underneath the weight of the maul. Ugh. Ugh. Okay. Realizing his cover is blown, Blue Boy will step out and make a slice at you, Lunk, with this or that rusty short sword. A similar rusty short sword. That is a 18 to hit.
Yep.
And then 4 points of damage. Have because you're raging, because it is a
Mhm.
slashing weapon. All right. And he ain't got nothing left. He can't really hide. Yellow boy will unveil
Yes,
himself
boy.
and take a pot shot at Gladius. 16 to hit.
Yeah, that hits.
And that is a total of 4 points of damage.
All right. And who was that who hit me?
Yellow.
Yellow?
Yeah.
Full yeller.
And he'll try to hide again, but miserably fails. He steps behind a tree again, Nidus, and you can see from your perspective, you can see him clearly. He steps behind the tree and he thinks he's hidden, but yeah, no.
I'm gonna take a shot at him and take advantage of that bardic inspiration too.
Okay, so take your shot and roll a d6 afterwards and add it to that roll. 17.
Do we? We know it hits.
Yeah, you know it hits. Taking advantage of the almost like impeccable placement, you place the gun once again aiming towards center mass and fire, and it just goes straight through the shoulder, through the torso, and out the other shoulder, and that goblin slumps against the tree.
Nidus is gonna chuckle. Gotcha.
And so, wait, Blue Boy is still awake. He's dead. He's dead. Gladius.
Oh, and I can see Blue Boy, yeah?
Yeah, you could definitely see
he's
Blue
in-
Boy,
And is he engaged in combat?
and he is.
Yeah. Oh, good, good. I like that. Gladius is gonna, even though he's not feeling so good and he's bleeding out pretty bad, he's gonna whip up his light crossbow, aim a shot, and do a sneak attack. What's the light crossbow?
You can use your
Can I
inspiration.
roll? Yeah, I was gonna say, can I use my bardic inspiration on that roll?
Yeah.
Okay.
16
16 hit.
16 hits.
All right.
And so that is 13 points of damage, because remember, seeing as you have sneak attack, it's going to, or with your class, it's going to automatically roll sneak attack. And so, unless...
I haven't played a rogue since AD&D 2nd edition. I was in
Ooh.
5th grade.
But, how do you want to do that?
Oh. Once again, Gladius is going to aim for the throat.
Okay.
And straight through the throat if possible.
All right. So Lunk, seething with rage, was looking down on this tiny goblin, and then a crossbow bolt just through its neck, and it falls over.
Boo.
And that brings us to the end of our combat. And seeing as I'm doing this system just a little bit differently, we're doing XP instead of milestone.
Oh.
Oh wow! So definitely fuck
Oh,
you, Gladius.
interesting.
No,
Oh,
that's
sorry,
not
Tom.
how that's not how I'm
Or
running.
is it party based? Yeah.
It is party based. I'm not doing,
Good.
You guys get your own each ones. No, that's not fair.
Yeah, I was party based.
Storm is gonna step up to Gladius, looking around and seeing all the goblins, and she's gonna be like, she's gonna put out a hand. May I?
Gladius is going to extend his hand.
And she's gonna cast Cure Light Wounds on him.
Just
He's
cure
confused. He
cure
thought-
wounds in
he thought
D&D.
you
Cure
were offering to
wounds.
shake his hand. Cure
But
Thank you.
so
Who should have left you?
for this ambush, you guys were, just to explain how everything works.
Thank you.
The whole party was allotted 30 experience or 300 experience that gets divided to 50 per player.
Oh my god.
Oh, you
So,
divided that?
Yeah, so each of you get 50 experience for this combat.
How do I manage experience?
Yeah, we're on. Oh,
If you go on your
You guys
sheet,
are going to click on the experience bar at the top left. Then you go to manage
I've never.
experience.
Oh, I've never seen that. Interesting.
Mhm.
Yeah. Oh,
Then
that's
you
because
can
we
go into set
haven't done the
XP,
system.
Put in a number, enter.
Manage experience. Interesting. All right.
I don't like it.
Set
And now we're
XP,
50 out
yeah.
of 300.
yes.
Just several more grueling encounters to go.
Damn it.
Ooh,
Or
I
maybe
need
a
to.
few less, but tougher.
Can
situations.
Storm use like a medicine check or something to try and like safely remove the arrow, like break it off and take it out and stop the bleeding from herself?
Yes.
Motherfucker.
Ooh.
So you're used to pulling out arrows out of your companions and out of your crewmates. However, this time you just kind of yank on it a little too quickly and nick or kind of open up the wound just a little bit more, and you take 3 points of additional damage.
Ow.
Still have to kill her.
Nearly. She goes,
Hmm.
fuck!
Someone's pull-out game is weak.
Oh, darling. I never pull out.
Ah!
Noted.
Lunk. Lunk hurts.
Yes.
Good. Lunk
Look
hurt.
very hurt. You can see he's bleeding in many holes.
Lunk hurt. Lunk.
Storm hurt!
Shit.
Unfortunately, I don't think I have anything left in me to heal any of us. I spent that on BB and Vladdy.
Valera kind of like perks up, just like, oh, would you like healing?
Oh, that would be wonderful.
What was the last thing you said, Eric?
No.
Oh,
Never.
Just have a seat.
Oh.
Storm is sitting cross-legged on the ground. Looking real rough.
Yeah, she'll go over to Lunk first and like grab his.
That's alright, I'm fine.
Well, Lunk got hurt the more.
It's fine.
Anyway.
You handle Lunk, and I can heal Storm. I can
Storm's
take
being
care of
very dramatic.
Oh,
that. You can heal
Can I
one,
try
I'll
and
heal
move the
the other.
remaining horse?
I cast Liqueur
Okay.
Wound and you get 8 points back.
Nice.
Is it a strength check?
You're tossing the remaining horse?
No, I just want to drag it off.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that would be a strength check, yes.
I'll move over and then perform a heal on Storm.
Oh, you can touch me lower.
I don't think I will. Not just yet.
I
But there
don't
will be a
understand
later.
the young people.
There you go. It's 9 healing.
Oh, thank you. I'll have to find some way to make it up to you.
But we'll just say you owe me one.
She winks.
Everyone's in a seductive mood tonight. Jesus Christ.
I'm gonna lean over to Valera and see. See, I told you she might be a bad.
That's just Storm.
So, yeah. You're effortlessly able to drag the horse corpse off of the trail. And while you're in that general area, Verdane, make me a survival check.
Sir, yes, sir.
Perfect.
Yes.
So, as you're pulling the horse off of the trail, you notice that in the thicket, in the direction those goblins were heading, you notice a trail. Small goblinoid footprints veer off of the path and into a dense thicket. Or underneath the tree line. And looking around, you see that you can kind of start to follow the trail with your eyes, probably about 50 to 60 feet back, and then it just kind of fades from your line of sight.
Okay.
What seems to be the problem,
also-
baby?
Well, real quick, I also wanted to look through some of the pouches since we recognized these horses, and they had already appeared to be looted. Just wanted to see if there's anything left in there.
It was looted. You find the leather case off to kind of a little bit of a ways from the horses. And you recognize it as a map case, a leather map case, but it is empty. However, you do see kind of similar markings to... You've seen Sildar's horse a few times, and you recognize the one that you dragged off as his horse. Like, confirmed.
Shit. All right. So I'll pocket the empty map case just cause.
Okay. So just add a
We'll find
leather
map somewhere.
map case to your backpack.
Okay. All right. So seems that off in this general direction, we've got a bit of a goblin trail.
You think there are survivors?
Oh. Yeah. Yeah.
Well, it's not
I
really
bet-
our problem, is it?
Well, as travelers moving through, I'd hate to have someone come into the same situation. They're a bit less capable, so to speak.
I suppose.
And the Tribor is a pretty well-traveled road, right? So this is pretty dangerous.
Yeah, it's a well-traveled road. And thinking back on it, with your prior history check, you now remember some of the beasts that were, told to you is that this is kind of a rough part of the journey across the Tribor Trail because of the goblins.
Yes. Okay. I think that it would be best to investigate.
Well, let's look at the facts of the situation. Horses were
If
looted.
anything,
Well, as long as you stay in front of me.
fair
They
enough.
thought they could get away with putting an arrow in the princess. They will all die to it.
To be honest
Looks
with
like
you,
we're
I'm a
doing
bit
our
more
part.
worried about Sildar and Rockseeker. These were their horses. Something horrible could have happened to them.
Oh, these horses were someone you knew.
But
Not employer.
all of you know Gundar
Oh, all of
Rockseeker.
us know? I'm sorry about that.
Yeah.
Well, I suppose he's an alright guy. Let's go look.
He's paying us.
I'll go ahead and reload my revolver with the 2 missing shots.
Okay.
All right.
No better time like the present.
Oh shit, that's the guy who's paying us?
Yes.
That's the one.
Lead the way.
Well, for a clarification, you were told that you would receive payment from Brenthon when you arrived. but he is the one that gave you this quest.
Yeah. He's the guy paying us,
Well, let's
Not-
go.
giving us the money. He's just offered us the payment, right?
Yeah.
Cool.
Is the trail this way or this way?
To the north.
North.
Well, I've got no problems taking up point.
Okay, so can I get a marching order then?
Storm would like to stay somewhere safely in the middle.
So, and as you kind of, all of you make your, parking the cart a little off to the side and giving the horses enough room to, kind of adjust themselves as needed. The thicket is, let's see. It's only about 5 feet wide, so some of you would be able to go 2 by 2. Others would, have to be 1 by 1. So, Burdane is up front.
Yes.
Where's the rest of you going?
I'll go behind Verdane.
Okay, so we
Storm,
have Lunk.
Storm will be behind Lunk.
Okay, Storm.
I will suggest that Valera stand behind Storm and I stand behind her. I would like
That
someone.
sounds lovely.
I would like someone strong and maybe arrow spongy in front of you, while I take
Okay.
up the rear.
Storm looks behind her and raises an eyebrow. Well, I'm not sure that would be me.
You did a good job at it, though.
I hope that's the last time.
I hope so
I
as
guess
well.
I'll just fit myself between the ladies. Easy enough.
All right.
I like this marching order.
So at this point of the day, it was about just after midday whenever you were set in upon by the goblins and making quick work of your attackers. You make your way into the thicket. As the sun is beginning its crest downward. And as you're walking, you hear the discordant sounds of birds chirping, back and forth to each other, some out of in sync or out of sync with each other. There is a slight every once in a while you do hear the sound of a mosquito-like creature buzz in your ear and fly away, and the ground underneath you. All around you, it's kind of a dense underbrush of the forest, but this trail seems to have been well traveled to and back or to and from pretty frequently. So in this specific part, it's very easy to follow. In about 10 minutes into your journey, if I could get you Burdane or Burdane and Lunk to make me a perception check. And Storm being or perception is wisdom based, so do you want those to be at disadvantage too, Mitchell? Or is it just saves?
For what?
So you talked to me about doing intelligence and wisdom based checks at disadvantage, right?
Oh, I meant just the raw. I'll apply it to skills too. I'm down for that.
That's
like
a
a challenge.
Yeah, that's if you want to. That's just the way that I took it. So
I like a
that's why I'm
challenge.
clarifying. Okay. So
The storm roll?
no, you have enough passive perception that just as Verdane is continuing to walk forward, you see a discoloration in the road ahead of you, and as
Right.
Verdane puts his foot down, it falls through.
Oh, I was gonna say, oi, wait a moment!
So like as you're shouting, he's already fallen. And so that is going to be 2 points of bludgeoning damage as you kind of careen down the rough hill of this snare trap as you
Right, fuck, bollocks, tits. Down there at the bottom.
It is pretty easy to get yourself out.
Storm
I
pokes
was
her
gonna
head out
say,
from
is the
behind
hole like
Lunk.
shallow enough? Lunk could just like pull him out
Yes.
easy.
Might want to watch your step there, Brodane.
There's a hole there.
Oh, I hadn't noticed.
Neither did I.
Well, if you weren't awake, you are
Thank you,
now.
Lunk.
Of course. Big hand man fall. You okay?
Yeah. Sorry. A bit struck that you said, of course.
Lunk no many word.
Lunk no many word.
Why use many word when few word do trick?
I was actually just thinking that.
I'm thinking of that episode of The Office where Kevin.
That's exactly what
I
he
was
says.
thinking.
Oh, that's fair.
Because
Oh,
many
God.
word eloquent, less word bad. More words, please.
More word, please.
I'll watch for the hole.
I guess we will carefully make our way around said trap hole and.
On that hole, guys.
All right.
I am slightly embarrassed.
Might want
Don't
to
worry.
stop
all
looking
saw
at
it.
your feet.
So, are we keeping the same marching order moving down? All right.
See, why not?
Periodically, Storm is gonna kind of go like this to look around Lunk.
Okay. So,
Valedius has a bit of a nervous tick that you may or may not have picked up on. Right? I don't think I've done it enough, but he constantly is looking behind his back or over his shoulder. He doesn't want anyone to sneak up on him. And even though
Paranoid.
I don't think he's last in line, but
He is.
he's a little paranoid.
make
Oh,
me
he
a,
is. Oh,
Yeah.
make
then
me a
I
perception
am
check.
definitely paranoid.
He's walking backwards.
Yeah, that would probably be the case if I knew it was last in line.
Nice. You see looking behind you, you don't see anything suspicious, but you do see a grouping of birds as you guys kind of have made your way away from this one tree off to the left of the trail. You see a flock of birds just kind of sputter out of the tree and then fly over and land next to another one, land in another one across the way. There's a few of them that are just a dark or a rich brown. Others kind of more colorful, especially in the chest area, and a little plume feather on the top of their heads. And so the travel goes for another 30 minutes or so as you walk your way up this trail, and it's at this point you've gotten about 2.5, maybe 3 miles up this trail, and it still continues to go. And with your survival check earlier, Burdane, you're able. It continues to give you the goblin footprints, kind of spattered around every once in a while. And the three in the front, Lunk, Burdane, and Storm, give me another perception check.
How am I rolling shit?
Oh.
I have such good modifiers.
Thank you, dice.
I think she just can't see around Lunk. He's too big.
That would be a good explanation. Yeah, Lunk is
I think
rather.
Storm's like checking out Lunk's butt or something. From what
He's probably tall enough. She's probably staring directly at his ass.
Does have a really good one. I've seen it.
I had a brown eye.
Well, this time, Burdane, senses on high alert, senses are on high alert. You look just about 50 feet in front of you guys on the trail, and you see what looks to be a crude snare, a rope dangling down from or kind of affixed to the side of a tree and draping over the trail, and kind of haphazardly covered with leaves. And you see it kind of affixed to a branch that's kind of pulled taut.
Is there anything lengthy, like a stick or something that I can pick up?
Oh, of course.
Okay. I want to try and trigger it with the stick.
Okay. And so, moving some of the leaves around, the rope quickly closes in around the stick, and the kind of light holding bit of moss that was used as a makeshift glue to affix it to the side of a tree breaks free, and the branch springs forward. Do you let go of the stick, or do you continue to hold on to it?
Oh, I'm letting go.
Okay, so as soon as it gets taut and you feel the pressure, it just out of your hands, and you see it dangling about 10 feet off the ground.
Boy, that time.
Oh, good job.
It could have been you.
Fool me once, shame on me. Fool me twice, shame on you. Fool me 3 times,
You're probably dead.
I'll keep walking.
So, another
Oh, we can't get fooled again.
another 20-25 minutes pass of walking with the sounds of nature all around you, and the thicket kind of trailing out. And as you begin to round a corner in this trail, you see it opens up into a larger clearing, with a river that seems to bisect part of the woods, flowing from what looks like a large cave in the hillside. And tracking it now, it's about, or you know that it's about 5 miles away from the scene of the ambush. And once again, you see the shallow stream that flows from the cave mouth, which is screened by a dense briar thickets. And the narrow, dry path that you had been following continues into the cave on the right-hand side of the stream. And so, now 1 second. And as you kind of break into this area, are you guys going to continue at the pace that you were moving, or are you trying to move a little bit more quietly?
Perhaps we should opt for a
Slow
little
down.
stealth.
I would suggest some stealth. Yes, we
I think that would be our best bet.
Okay.
That's a lot of words, Lunk.
I wasn't in character.
I know, I was making fun.
I'll pull on my chain shirt. This doesn't exactly bode well for stealth. Might have to hang back if we're scouting.
I could walk ahead and look if you'd like. Sneak
Oh,
on
if you're
in.
volunteering, I think that'd be wonderful.
I wish my perception were better, but I am good at the sneaking.
Yeah, if you guys go for it. If you want to make me a stealth check, Mr. God damn it, roll 20. Cooperate with me. Stop it. I'm just pulling Burdane
All
around
Burdanes.
everywhere.
I'm in the
It's just
void
all
now.
Berdanes.
Come on, roll 20. Please stop this shit.
Are we all trying to roll stealth?
It's up to you guys. If you all want to roll stealth, go for it. If you just want to send Vladius, you can go. You can do that too.
Fuck.
I will not be rolling stealth.
I'll give it a shot.
Quiet down back there, Storm.
Shit.
Just give me a
Yarr.
second. Roll 20 is not cooperating with me right now.
This ground is far
Yes,
too
sir.
solid. I'm not used to it.
Oh, Nidus, you fucked it.
Oh shit!
He's gonna lift up his tunic to show the scale armor he's wearing.
There's an old dwarvish phrase for this. You really shaved the beard on this one.
He,
You wanna
he
lift that
takes
up
one
with
step
you?
and the whole
Oh.
gun and holster just clanks on the scale mail pants.
I like that dwarvish saying. I shaved the beard on that one, huh?
You really shaved the beard. I do like that one.
Hmm.
I wish I had thought of that with Torrig. That's a good one.
It is a good one. That's an Eric original, copyright TM.
You heard it here, chat. Nice try.
Come on, roll 20. Thank you. Okay. So, by the time, Vladius, you step forward, and the river is shallow enough that you can, step through it pretty easily and quietly, or you can move northward around the trees to peer, and you can see what looks like a small indention off to the right, or cut in the trees. What would you like to do?
I would like to step across the river and kind of walk along the. I don't know how well this actually show. Does it show me actually moving my token?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'd like to kind of like hug the shoreline. And what are these? What are these trees to my right looking like? Are they bushes or what am I looking at?
They're a pretty even
So-
thicket. There are. Yeah, it's not so dense that you can't move through it, but there is some density to it.
Is it dense enough that I might be able to step inside of it and have a spot of safety? Like,
Yeah,
can I?
it is.
Can I step in this spot? Oh God!
So with your stealth, you are able to get there, and you do see about 15 or 10 feet, and then another 15 feet behind, or another 5 feet behind them, two more goblins that are just kind of. They have these. They're sitting back against the trees, just kind of chatting amongst themselves, just not even really paying attention to what's going on or doing anything.
Oh. Suppose I have two options now. I could either double back and tell everyone about this, or I could take one of these goblins out, which would alert the other one. Well, one way or another, we're gonna have to deal with the goblins. Is it possible for me to take a shot? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, real quick. If you guys are having vision problems, try rotating your token.
Oh.
Ooh.
Rotating your
Hey,
token.
if I sneak attack this goblin with the bolt, would it alert the other one, or if this one gets knocked dead, that there's an attack, or would it just kind of sit there? I don't fucking know. We'll have to figure that out when it happens, huh?
Yeah.
All right. I'm sorry for the Vladius train of thought. Want a sneak attack?
Remember, just roll to attack, and then it will
Oh.
add your sneak attack to
Oh,
it.
it'll add to it? Okay, shit, I'm sorry.
Yeah, because the sneak attack is just for damage, not for the attack roll. So
Oh, okay.
if you hit with
Oh,
advantage
okay.
or there's someone in melee with it, then you add your extra d6 or however much that sneak attack goes up to. So a 21 is definitely going to hit. With
Oh, and the sneak
10
attack adds
piercing
right-
damage
sorry,
and then an additional 2 for your sneak attack.
Cool. I just noticed that the sneak attack gets put onto my damage. I'm sorry about that.
You're good.
Beautiful. I understand now what you're saying.
Yeah. So which one are you aiming for?
I think I would like to aim for the one that's further away.
Okay. So that's gonna hit, and you kind of nestle into a bush and fire. And with the goblin sitting still and just kind of looking towards the mouth of the cave, you place this crossbow bolt into its ear.
Perfect.
And let's see. Wow. Okay. So the other goblin jumps up off the log and pulls its dog slicer out and just starts. So that would be initiative for you and the goblin.
Oh, did that go through? I got the
Yeah,
you
it
wanted
went
the
through.
center result. Okay. I don't understand why it's saying I don't have a valid token.
So him rolling, he is gonna 5,
Do you need all of us to go ahead and roll initiative?
20,
I don't think so. We're not
20
there.
feet. He's gonna peer out or he's gonna run from his post and peer out to the south, including all of you now.
Oh.
And kind of make a few noises and then scurry the last 5 feet up into the river. So
Scurrying.
Can we make any attacks?
unless you have the Warcaster feat for spellcasting, the only one that would be able to make an attack at the moment would be Vladius.
Okay.
And I don't have any attack of opportunity because he didn't do anything I can attack with. So.
Right, but that he used his turn to move and run. So
we can see him?
yes, and you
Oh,
can
he
see
used his turn to move and run, so I'd be able to step out of the bushes and take my shot. Yeah,
Yep.
on my turn. All right, so I'm gonna.
You might want to stay hidden so you can get sneak attack.
Yeah, I'm gonna step up one step so that I'm actually able to see. Am I still hidden? Yeah, in the bushes.
If you're gonna
Yes.
move again, that would be no.
Should I-
Yeah,
should I
you're
roll
good.
another?
You're good.
Okay,
Off of your last one.
but yeah, I'll-
Storm sees a goblin. She goes, "Should we do something about that?"
No. This is fun to watch.
19 hits, and yeah, you watch as the goblin steps out and takes off into the river and starts trying to climb into the cave, and there's just a crossbow bolt that sinks right into its spine, and it just kind of slides down the edge of the rock.
Storm
Oh,
turns
nice.
to,
I was
to
about to
Val,
throw a
and she
fucking javelin at
just
him.
goes, "Which shot?"
I was gonna ask if it was still alive because I was gonna throw a javelin.
Ooh.
These
Is the
things
other
come
one
in
dead too?
handy.
Can roll 20 please stop lagging for me? That would be absolutely fucking lovely.
No. It's going to continue to be a slightly mediocre virtual tabletop.
Ugh. So does anybody else
But
have
it's-
any issues with vision? Did I correct yours, Eric? Good?
Yes.
Okay.
Man.
Oh, big stretch.
Wow.
Oop, sorry, Jesse. Shit. I'm always like beating her up.
Fine. She digs her claws into you.
Oh yeah, I do know about the snapping the token and not having to snap the token. It's just roll 20 on my computer for some reason just doesn't like me. It always lags. It always takes its sweet time in doing anything.
You need a
All
bath.
right. So,
Your paws are dirty.
She's still full of litter.
Yeah.
Big chunky baby.
Big chunky baby. He's so cute.
it's not
She's
Star
so
Wars music
fucking
though. It's
hot. What's wrong with you?
steampunk
Ugh.
style.
Get your body heat off me.
But
All right.
Dane, are you okay?
Talking to a cat that's not there.
No. Yes. Maybe.
Okay. So, having the threat eliminated in front of you, what do you guys do?
I guess continue on.
Yeah, I guess Storm's gonna walk up the.
Keep an eye out for traps and more lookouts.
Okay. Are you guys moving
Are we gonna keep the same marching order?
Be
I
crazy
can
not
take the
to.
lead if you'd want, but I figure we
Yeah,
just
we
keep
can-
the same order. We fine.
We can keep the same order. After
Either
you,
works.
Dane. Oh, sorry, baby.
Either. Good shot, Thaddeus.
Thank you. Some good teaching. When you're in Hell's Army, they teach you well, you know.
I know a thing or two about armies.
I see what you did from your title of sergeant.
So
That was
the cave
that was
entrance here.
that was a real title.
Yes.
Oh, I thought it was a joke.
No. No, I was a sergeant.
He's truly Sergeant Big Hand.
Storm's gonna laugh and try and smother her laughter.
True. Lift up my large hand. So the entrance to the cave here is, he said, slightly sloped,
Yes.
and the river's coming out of it.
Yeah, and so from this vantage point, just inside the cave mouth, a few uneven stone steps lead up into the dank chamber on the east side of the passage, and the cave narrows to a steep fissure at the far end, and is filled with this. Like as you approach, you can feel or smell the stench of animals, and at getting close, you and Vladius can hear the savage snarls and sounds of rattling chains that greet your ears.
Can Storm hear anything? Anybody human?
As you get closer, no, you do start hearing the sounds of the animals, kind of what sounds like pulling against bindings.
Well, if we'd like, I could cause a distraction, or I could try to frighten them. Or would we like to just go in guns blazing?
Not guns blazing. Good idea. Good spirit. But we're not sure how many are in there.
Well, I could cause a rather large noise in a different part so they don't look at us.
Gladius here put his wonderful skills to work so that we had the element of surprise. I think we can try to maintain that.
Yeah, we need to be tactical.
Sounds agreeable?
This can't be a run in and die kind of operation. This has to be a run in and kill operation.
Question to DM: how loud is the river flowing past us?
At a kind of hushed conversation, which I'm assuming you guys are having,
Yeah.
It is a little louder than that. So, like, if you were trying to whisper to someone, you wouldn't be able to hear it. But, you know, talking at a lower volume, you can still hear yourselves over it.
Okay. to help us with our
Uh,
element of surprise. I'll start digging around in my bag.
I
I'll pull out a
could-
box and twist it a bit, and it'll start emitting the sound of the river as well.
Question: would I be able to use shape water to change? It says I can change the direction of the flow of water. Would I be able to change the direction to go into the cave, like of the stream?
That's a really good idea. Eventually, the cave would fill up with water, and everything in there would drown. Like you're
Well,
thinking.
It'd be a little bit of a distraction at least, and I can also freeze it. So if I direct it into the cave and then I froze it,
So it fits within a 5-foot cube. Instantly move.
or otherwise change the flow of water. I don't know what up to 5 feet. Like what does it mean?
So a 5-foot cube is like if you were to take the square of water and just like the
Yeah,
one that
go
you're
the other
standing
way.
in and just took it as 4 dimensions, you know, you would be able to pick that bit up.
So I could throw a giant water ball at them.
It wouldn't do any. This movement doesn't
Yeah.
have enough force to cause damage.
I know that. Well, so much for that. But I could definitely. I have several ways to cause a distraction.
Well, the element of surprise.
We can keep that in mind
I
once we
mentioned
find
I'll
something
pull out-
worthy of being distracted.
I'll
I
pull out
don't
a contraption, and it'll start emitting the sound of the river.
Oh, that's
Okay.
fancy.
Using thaumaturgy.
It'll be magical tinkering.
Oh yeah.
Damn, dude.
What's with the box, Nidus?
Oh, I could make the sound of the river much louder.
Well, this thing, I can make it do a couple little tricks, and I think the most helpful one is just to emulate the sound of the river. Give us
I-
a bit of cover with our loud, clanky armor.
I could make it even louder and build on that.
Okay.
So you
Nice.
can.
Long record. Sound static effect.
Sorry, baby.
Okay. So as Nidus pulls this box out and adjusts it in a few quick hand motions, you begin hearing he waits for a few seconds and then readjusts it to a different position, and it begins emitting the sound of the river as it's flowing through, a little bit louder than as if you guys were just standing there. Cool.
Oh,
Your magic is impressive.
Does
What are you gonna
anybody
use?
Thank you.
Does anybody speak Goblin, perchance?
What a
God, no.
disgusting language to learn.
I speak the language of bolts flying through decks.
All right.
And
Never mind then.
helmet blade to the neck.
Keep
Those are
that
my
box
languages.
close, Nidus.
So are we opting for stealth?
We'll try.
I don't have a great feeling about this. She eyes your armor.
Neither do I.
Okay.
I'll start moving in.
So you guys still roll as you're supposed to. If you have disadvantage or anything like that, I'll just adjust the DC with Nidus's tinkering.
Okay.
Righty.
Interesting.
I'll give you a new roll for stealth then.
Should I roll for
All of
stealth
you.
now? Since we're moving through? Cool.
Yep.
Stealth at disadvantage.
Damn, Lunk.
Lunk! Damn!
Yes. Good lunk.
Ooh.
Oh, Vlad, no.
And a +7.
That's
Damn
what
it,
happened to
Vlad!
you.
So where these?
Shit.
So the way that these work, the skill challenges is
Shit.
wow. Okay, so
I was really happy about this at first.
you have 6 players, so you need 4 successes to, as a group, to pass. 4 to fail,
Well, mine counts as 2.
and so does a natural 1.
I fucking
Oh,
hate
you
this
guys
game.
cancel each other out.
I fucking hate this game.
Did Grave fall asleep?
No, I think
think so.
she's still here. Grave.
Gravy.
I messaged her a little bit ago.
Locked
I'm
out.
pretty sure she fell asleep.
I bet she fell asleep.
Zonked.
Okay, well, then for the purposes of the rest of this, Valera is going to patiently wait outside.
I got an air horn. What's her address?
556 Bob Saget Lane.
Ha! Running around the whole house.
Okay, so
The Bob's got his own lane.
and you guys are
It's
welcome
about
to
time.
start moving your characters up. Burdane, you can see them, the steps. That is where I will ask you to halt, and the rest of you can move in behind them.
So,
You good,
to the
Tom?
Steps.
Yeah, I just like there was a bottle of nail polish that went.
Wait, are we
flying.
going in the cave?
Oh,
We're not going
jeez.
further up the river? Are we just like going straight up in there?
It was a
No.
closed bottle, right?
I'm
Yeah, it
asking
was
him to
closed.
stop
Oh, God.
I thought it was open,
Okay.
but like
because there's some
That's
description
like-
stuff that I would like you to get through.
Black nail polish too. Oh, that would have sucked.
So, as you guys move into this area, you see to the left of you a small stairwell. 3 wolves attached by chain to their neck to a large stalagmite that's on the ground?
yes, tights hang down.
Okay.
Oh, please.
Tight is top, might is bottom. Yeah,
'Cause
bottom.
You think of the T, you think
That
of the
works.
T, the letter T hangs it on. I believe is how you remember it.
Puppies.
Did I get that right?
I think so. I'm pretty sure it is. However, they're all chained from with one central stalagmite that is in the center of the room. Behind it, you see a narrow opening in the wall that leads into what looks like a natural chimney that climbs up about 30 feet. At its base, you can see behind them just rubbish that's been discarded, bones, bits of flesh. And as you round the corner, Burdane, 2 of the wolves are kind of just snarling and growling at each other, while the third one, its head just kind of passively swivels around and sees you. And it's going to let out a growl and lunge. However, it is only able to get if roll 20.
I was gonna
Work
like
with me.
Tom and Jerry the sucker.
Right. He's only able to get just in front of you, like to the top of the stairs. So from your position, it's not able to reach you, and it's pulling that chain taut, trying to get to you.
Right in wall range, I would say.
Oh fuck, bad puppy.
That dog indeed.
Puppy. And Lunk like walks forward like he wants to pet.
Lunk, no.
Okay, make me an animal handling check.
I was gonna say the party stops me, then he's not going to. But
I mean, if you want to allow the party to stop you, that's fine. If it's up to
Yeah.
you.
But
Okay.
Lunk, nice Lunk.
I mean, it's your funeral.
No, go ahead. Reach out to it.
Nice. Nice look, nice. Puppy, no, not nice.
Good Lunk, bad puppy.
Bad puppy.
I.
Bad puppy.
Oh god!
Look, no.
Oh,
Is there anything
Animal
else in this area, by the way,
Not in this area.
besides from the bones and the wolves?
Shall we
least
keep
it's obvious.
moving?
No, there's nothing that you guys notice as you're making your way through. However, now as the one is kind of going crazy, the other 2 start pulling on their chains. And let's see.
Can I throw them a ration?
I was actually gonna ask, could Lunk throw them his last piece of dried meat that he has?
Okay, you can do that, and then so with both of you throwing some rations in, meat-based rations, either both of you can make an animal handling check, or Lunk, you can make one by yourself, straight roll, because you always have disadvantage for these.
Yeah. Oh.
I would just maybe both do it then. To give us
Yeah.
both a chance.
Like, character-wise, I definitely want Lunk to try to do it himself, but, like, meta-wise, it's definitely a lot better for what I'm going for here, or what we're both going for here if we both roll our own rolls.
Well, give it a shot.
Oh!
Good puppy.
Very nice.
All right. Perfect.
Love this game.
So both of you just kind of pull out some meat-based rations out of your satchels and toss them in. And two of you toss them in different directions. So one, Lunk's yours lands right in front of the wolf that's closest to Burdane, and it kind of snarls and growls and then just immediately just drops down and starts devouring the rations in front. The other two that storm through the ration in, both of them begin fighting each other over the ration.
Storm's gonna kind of make a face, and then
Puppy.
she's gonna wave everybody forward. She's like, "Let's go, go, go!"
Okay, so
Thinking.
you guys can move yourself up to that
I'm guessing
hallway that
this little
seems to...
junction right here.
Yes.
Yeah.
And from this point on,
Um,
as you guys get into this part of the cavern, the light kind of fades away behind you, and gets to a point where if you do not have dark vision, you need some sort of light.
Storm's gonna start hanging onto the back of Lunk's. Where he's wearing leathers.
Well, first, is it wide enough that I can stand next to Burdane, like, unhindered? It's not gonna...
Yeah, your
fuck with
feet are
us
going to be in
attacking if
about...
we need to.
Your feet are going to be at about 2 feet of water, but that's not a hindrance.
Yeah, not for long. And then... Said it's getting dark.
Right.
I can light a torch. But the thing about that is, so far we're doing pretty decent with our stealth approach. If I light this torch, we're going to be doing not as decent with our stealth approach.
If
I'll take
we
the
don't
lead.
light a torch, then I won't be able to see.
Yeah, neither can I, because normal human.
Um,
Shitty mortal eyes.
Those of you with dark vision, please make perception checks.
Okay. I was gonna suggest we take the dark vision people take the lead.
Can I
And,
do a perception at disadvantage to listen?
Sure. If you're doing it specifically to listen, then it won't be a disadvantage, but if you're trying to see, it will be.
Can I do both?
No. One or the other.
I'll I'll do to listen.
Yeah, if you do both, then it would be a disadvantage because you're trying to do both.
I can't hear shit over this water, dude.
Yeah, Nidus's contraption box is kind of like right in your ear. However,
Yes. Look with your special eyes,
Gladius,
my brand.
let's see. Okay. So, first off, Gladius, you see two passages. You see the one leading further into the north, and above it you do see a bridge crossing over and creating like a connection between two elevated passageways, it seems. You also see one just off to the left of Lunk's shoulder is another passageway that seems to have been part of a collapse. So there's rubble and debris on the floor.
That would be noisy. That would be noisy. I don't think we should go that way. I'm thinking that the over the bridge is the better way to go.
From where you guys are going, it's under.
Oh, it's under that bridge. Okay.
Yeah. And continuing to kind of look around the area and focusing in, you do see a... Well, let's see. With your perception check, let's see if we can... Okay. You see a small figure, and then it quickly darts off to the, like, if it was sitting, let's put it off. Let's do this. Come on, roll 20. Quit lagging on me, please. Thank you. Still lagging like hell. If the figure was here, come on, ping it, ping it, ping it, ping it. I'm gonna have to refresh my damn page. God dang it. I hate Roll20. I wish I had money to buy frickin' Fantasy Grounds.
No, you don't.
That's a lot of money, and it's good, but it's a good freaking thing. Especially compared to this. Okay, so if the figure... Like, you see a slight rustling of movement here, Gladius, and then it darts away. Seemingly moving south.
Darts away like it saw him, or just like regular?
It did see him, and he saw it.
Oh. Bad news, guys.
What did you do?
I saw one of them, and they saw one of us.
Where is it? I can't see shite.
It was up on a bridge over top of us. Let's duck to the left, guys. Let's go down this passage here.
Quickly, I suppose.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sitting in a wall.
So,
Might as well light a torch if they know we're here.
Well,
let's see.
let's see.
Yes, so, let's see. Hold on one moment.
Storm is gonna light a torch.
Also, with
Nice.
your,
As
perception...
Sorry, she's gonna light a torch as they come into here.
Okay. And with your perception check of Gladius, you would have noticed that there are some, like, stone...
Forms.
The shaping of the walls looks like as if it would be able to... It looks as if it would be able to be climbed up.
Up?
Right. But going through the other or going into the other direction, the stream passage continues up behind, beyond another set of uneven steps, and bends westward. And as you guys move down this kind of rough terrain, let's see.
That's all I've been doing there.
Do we want to start moving into that passage over here?
Yeah, you guys can move into that passage. And it is a little bit of difficult with the loose rock to get a solid footing. So each square in just this area is 10 feet.
Okay.
And then once you get past it, you're met with another, like, kind of just a steep slope that's about 6 feet tall. So it would be a low DC athletics or acrobatics to continue up into the next chamber. And so,
Could Lunk help lift people?
he could. It would provide advantage.
How tall does this wall seem to reach until it's on the next level?
Just about 6 feet.
Oh, that's
Pretty
easy.
Yeah, pretty easily
I'll just
climbed.
start pulling out some
Acrobatics.
titans and try to start slamming those in the wall. We can just climb it.
Okay.
So I need a check to get onto Gladius's level as well.
No, not to get it onto Vladius's level, but a check to get past where Vladius is.
Yeah.
Beyond that.
Yes.
Okay.
Good Lunk
And
help.
that's where I'd like to make my acrobatics check to do a nice spring jump or something.
Okay.
So what? As soon as Storm enters the mouth of here, she's gonna light a torch.
Okay. With your, do you have a torch or do you have a hooded lantern?
Torch.
Okay. All right. So that provides some light. No longer at disadvantage for everything. And go ahead and start off my either athletics or acrobatics, whichever you choose. Oh, you did for acrobatics. Yeah, you're able to get up very easily. You just kind of put your hands up on the ledge and hoist yourself up. And as you move into the next square or the next segment,
I
what's up?
lagged for a minute there. What's happening in this chamber to the left? Like,
So-
as soon
We're
as you
going
said
up.
we moved in here, I started lagging.
Okay. So basically, the first little bit of segment where Nidus and Storm are standing is rough terrain. So you
Okay.
move a little bit slower, but not at any kind of issue. Once you get up to the part where, and that goes up for about 3 feet. When you get up to where Burdane is, there's a sheer 6-foot incline that, it seems really simple just to hoist yourself up.
All right.
And
Sorry.
go ahead.
I was going to ask if Dane was good to move up and make his check.
Yeah.
Okay.
And as you or Burdane, as you hoist yourself up and you see Vladius just kind of standing off with his back against the wall, and you're able to see this large cave is divided in half by what looks like a 10-foot high escarpment. A steep natural staircase leads from the lower portion to the upper ledge, and the air is hazy with the smoke of a cooking fire and the pungent smell of poorly cured hides and unwashed goblins. And you can see a series of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of them.
Can I get a hand?
And if you guys want to make some stealth checks, you can, or because
Psst,
Ooh.
Burdane.
I need to get rid of this dice.
Mine's.
The one that I'm about to mark, Burdane, as you look over or climb up and Storm whispers to you, the goblin kind of stares right into Vladius's eyes.
Ooh.
That's where I'm going to call initiative.
So does he know we're here?
One does, and like as he kind of looks over, he's gonna and
all night.
start shouting.
Go left.
Yeah, it's something to ask Storm.
I was asking for a hand.
I've got 2 and they're big.
Help me up. Would there have been time for her to be helped up before?
Yeah, so I'll say that it's the marching order would be Nidus or
I can't shit.
hold on. We'll say Nidus is just here. Burdane has just made his way up, and Storm is just coming up behind with, or sorry, Vladius is there. Nidus has moved his way up as well as Long.
Well, not good.
And let's pull up our handy danny. Ah, shit. So let's do it. Stop it. Roll 20. Cooperate.
Also, how much further do we want to move without Grave?
If this is about to be combat, we might want to just call it for the night.
Damn it, why did it do that again? Oh, I see why. There we go. And... Are you fucking... What the fuck is your problem? Stop it. Damn. Yeah, so we are gonna call it for the evening so we can have... Jesus Christ! Roll 20.
Oh,
What is your
that's a lot of
problem?
goblins.
I'm so glad they all rolled zeros. That means I at least get to go ahead.
Dope.
Here we go. There's that one. There's that one. Okay, for this, select your tokens and roll me some initiative, and that way that'll give me the time to build the encounter for this week. Or for next week.
Okay. I want to keep my initiative. It was good.
Or just
You
add
rolled
your...
exactly the same.
Or what you can do is, if you want to keep your initiative, because this will be the last thing, then just add your token and then add your...
Bourdain, you rolled
I'm
perception.
keeping my new one.
Oh, was that perception?
Yeah,
You
you
roll
rolled.
I
perception.
thought I rolled
dingus.
my initiative. All right, well, 5 works just as fine.
It would have been a 21 to be fair. The initiative bonus is only slightly less.
Meh.
It's okay. I rolled identical.
We keeping my number.
I would just like to point out that Gladius has a better piece of character art that I posted up in the character art. And I might want to change this in-game token to that, if that's possible. I got a...
Alright, so what... Monk's
Good boy.
initiative was 18.
That piece by chance
Nice.
slightly edited.
Hmm?
Give
The new
Bourdain
new
his
Gladius
21.
It is.
Nah, my 5 is what I rolled for initiative. Is what I get.
He used MS Paint to make the eyes black. I see what you got there.
What,
Hell
it works.
yeah.
Great.
He's got those
Love it.
shit, almost like kind of imagine him. You described him as charcoal like, so I'm imagining like Hellrider eyes.
It's unsettling.
Very. I think that's the point. Yeah.
Looks
Okay,
like one of
so
the
1,
Scooby
2,
Doo
3,
paintings where they pluck the eyes out and then you see their eyes show up.
5. The only one that we need left. Okay.
It's a lot of fives.
Nice. Is that a orc?
Need to fix it.
Yo, Hellrider had a fucking motocross bike with a flamethrower on the front.
Okay.
So does Vlad.
And so...
It's just
Mhm.
parked in hell.
Down.
I think we're thinking of different characters. Cause this is my fucker.
Okay, fine, roll 20. Why are you...
That's a sick bike.
There we go. Okay. So, we will pick up next week for Lost Mines of Phandelver with combat of some more gobos.
More good
Whatever.
luck.
Hobos.
I'm gonna have a very exciting change of scenery for you guys.
More like goodbyes.
Ha 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 ha.
Good night.
Oh yeah,
That was
'cause you're
fantastic
moving.
fun.
Oh, I will say before you disappear, Tom and
Yeah.
Eric, do.
Uh-huh.
Oh, actually, you don't even need to roll with your perception check, Tom. If you want to roll me your perception check as well.
Do that.
Ooh, I did good.
My perception is not good, but let's see what I got. Oh, it's awful.
Okay, you are more focused on the threat in front of you. However, Bourdain, as you're kind of glancing about, not only do you see the 5 goblins down in the lower level are very similarly armored. The one on the upper loft has leather straps kind of dangling off of him. Looks like almost hides, and he's carrying this weird staff with different items jingling and jangling on the top, like and attached to the top of it. And one looks to be a small series of skulls. And you also see bound and gagged a Sildor Allwinter on his knees, kind of up at the top,
Oof.
alive.
Kinky.
Shit.
Okay.
Sheesh.
That was amazing.
That was fun.
Get it, Bart. Get it. Ooh. Ooh.
Cat just
Oh.
dancing.
Oh, that was really fun. I
Yeah.
love being a low level character.
I appreciate you guys joining or coming out and joining me for this.
I miss being level 1. It's fun being squishy.
Yeah, it's fun being scared. And it's also fun, you know, actually hitting you guys and having to be worried if I'm going to kill you the next turn.
Hey, was there any XP for the 2 goblins outside as well?
So all of this
What do you wanna throw?
all of this acts as one encounter. So yes, for getting through the ambush all of this counts as separate
Robin.
encounters. So getting to the cave, you get another 75 each XP.
Oh,
Robin
That's
Chan.
75.
Oh,
Yes.
I kind of dig what's going on with this XP. I understand a little bit about that.
Yeah,
So
so
now we should be at a total
125.
of.
125.
I did my math wrong.
Yeah, 50 for the ambush, and then another 75 for finding the cave and getting through the traps, as well as taking care of the scouts.
yeah, because we definitely handled that. It wasn't just Vlad.
Sure. Whatever makes Storm really happy on the inside.
Oh, she doesn't care.
Alright, I just want to double check to make sure I'm not stupid. 1, 2, 5.
Yep, 125.
Okay, good.
Stupid.
I tried to make sure I'm not stupid.
You gotta
no.
love
Probably
having
just add
characters that
just
you
add the
know.
numbers.
You gotta love having characters that you know are gonna be stupid tough, but since you're level 1, you're fighting something like a goblin, and you're like, I might die today.
I was scared for Storm there for a minute.
I was scared for all of us at one point there.
Yeah, Wub was at Lunk was at like 6 HP by the end of that fight.
I was at 2 after I tried to pull the arrow out and failed.
Well, that last bit was...
I think I was at 2 when you I was at 2 when you healed me.
Yeah.
So
I knew you'd taken a couple hits, so.
yeah.
Thank God for taking half damage.
Yeah, but now I don't have any
Yeah.
spells for this, so it's
Oops,
nothing but
don't get hit.
cantrips. Yeah.
Where she goes.
Well, I don't know if the rest of you guys have any spells left to heal, but I don't.
Oh yeah, I've got so many spells.
Mm-hmm.
Monk cast spell.
You wouldn't know any of them. They go to a different school though.
Okay.
Also, if I'm playing a new character.
Yeah.
It was fun to play.
I thought it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it. Like, it's a little change of pace. I don't have to, like, inject steroids into the fucking game in order to get you guys a little scared.
Not yet.
It's too bad Grave fell asleep, but I like the dynamic between our characters that we've come up with where
Lunk feels no fear.
talking for me and I'm gonna kind of meat shield and try to bodyguard my way through.
Lunk feels no fear. Lunk is good Lunk.
But in the creation of my character, the character I read through, this is a 3.5 edition book, but it's Heroes of the Abyss, and it's all about like the 9 hells and shit. So there's a whole lot whole lot of history going on. So, this is even has a Demogorgon in it. Oh man.
I'm hoping my accent will get better the more we do this. Whenever I talk to Bourdain, it really throws me off.
Hey,
Sorry.
An Irish accent.
look, just take it from my perspective. Like, I can't do the Scottish or the Irish accent well, so I mean, and I've been playing Lori for a decent amount of time now that I mean, even last night or this past session, I was going in and out of just British and then Lori's accent. It's just so hard to keep.
I'm just afraid that Bourdain's gonna think that Storm's mocking him.
Nah.
I mean, isn't that something that Storm would do, though?
Well, yes.
Maybe.
Maybe not until they're a little friendlier, but she already kind of took shots at his wife, so anything's on the table.
Yeah.
Yes, wife, thank you very much.
But
Even my accent's a bit shit.
better
Well, I
than
tried.
mine.
I noticed that you didn't have an accent at first, but as we went, you used it more.
Yeah.
I
I
feel
gotta
like it's
warm
like
it
that
up a
for all of
little
us. Like, I feel like none of us use accents in the other games, so it's a little bit of an adjustment.
Mm-hmm. And hopefully that'll help you like establish a accent for the other characters if you so
It definitely
choose.
does. It definitely does help me like get in Storm's character, and I'm having a lot of fun.
And then if you played Michael's Isekai, even the NPCs all sound the same.
It's funny. So, Hero was actually supposed to have an accent, but I chickened out big time. She was supposed to have like a French African kind of like almost Haitian accent.
Oh, oui, oui.
That's not what that is.
Appelez-vous
Boris was
français.
supposed to have Russian accents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Boris was supposed to have a Russian accent. I think Torin is too, yeah?
I think it
Yeah.
was just like our group was so new. I didn't know you guys well enough to like be comfortable to try.
to be comfortable with it.
Now
Yeah.
I'm okay with it. So
Yeah, and I'm completely comfortable at just butchering all kinds of accents for you guys.
yeah.
It's alright.
Fine. You're just making up new
I don't-
accents. That's all.
So Michael, how come you have like a real gaming chair back there, but you're not sitting in it?
Gaming chairs are extremely uncomfortable
Then why do you have it?
because it was gifted to me for Christmas. And I accept
Oh.
Oh my god.
So now it's just the I'm gonna sit in front of Robin chair.
the player chair. It's the little cousin comes over chair.
I'm not playing Smash at your house anymore.
There you are. There you go. There's your player 2 chair. Couch off limits.
Ah,
Seems
What?
like everybody either rolled really shit or really good tonight. No in between.
yeah. I need to do
Yeah.
something with this purple D20 and this black D20 because I was literally rolling at one
You were
point.
trying to murder us. I thought you were gonna TP chaos on the first
Yeah.
encounter.
No,
I was like,
Wait, real quick, show of hands. Who's all heard anything about this adventure before?
I mean, I've
Nobody?
heard about it, but
I mean,
Not
yeah,
that
I've seen small discussions of it. This is like the very intro. This is like
This-
when they give you the intro set or something, I believe.
Yeah, I'm familiar enough with that first ambush encounter to know that is a group killer.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
damn.
And it's fucking true because you guys were at 2 HP. I was sitting
Yeah,
pretty low,
yeah.
all pretty low.
It really was.
Well, I know you got hit for 7 points right off the bat, so just off the bat I had to expend one of my spell slots to heal you because I knew otherwise.
Yeah, and make
bad.
sure you're keeping track of that on your D&D Beyond sheet.
I
'cause-
did.
Okay.
I didn't get hit at all that encounter.
I can only do cantrips for this entire next encounter, which I don't have any healing cantrips, so that's not a thing.
Yikes.
So just so you know, for your casters, if you look on your spell sheet, across from where it says the level, it shows you those little squares that represent your slots. So
I filled those in.
you can either do one or two things. If you hit cast on something, it automatically fills it in. Or, if you do it elsewhere, then, fill it in yourself.
Uh huh.
I just wanted to make sure. I probably just need to refresh my D&D Beyond sheets, because like I've got all of your sheets up, and I just probably need to refresh them. Because, yeah, it's still showing Storm doesn't have any XP, even though you should have 120.
I put
Try not to worry
125.
about
There's-
Verdane's HP too much, because I've got the second wind fighter ability, so
Mm-hmm.
I can try to bring myself back.
I couldn't
once.
worry if I wanted to at this point. I used all of my spells in the very first encounter
Yeah.
because I had to.
More for, I guess, Nidus, and I don't know if Valyria can heal or not. I don't know if bards can heal.
She did heal. She healed Lunk.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's, the cure spells are on the bard spell list.
I'm confused. Is Nidus a gunslinger or an artificer? I thought he was an artificer. He has a
Artificer.
gun.
Artificer? Artificer?
With gun.
Yeah.
The way,
It's,
the way Artificer is designed is if DM allows gun, then Artificer automatically gets gun proficiency.
Oh,
Mhm.
okay. I didn't know that.
Yep.
I don't know why, but I was thinking, like, I know that they're not an alchemist, but I was associating them with kind of like an Aegnar type thing.
Nope, more of a spell slinger with a gun
mm-hmm.
and a tinkerer.
What? That was a lot of fun, guys.
It was. Thank you, guys.
I appreciate it. And I'm
I
gonna
have
go
a good
ahead.
feeling about this group. We seem a lot more cohesive than Princes.
Yeah.
Probably because we don't have any, like, lawful good people in the party.
Way to call yourself out.
Yeah.
Do we not have any lawful goods? Is that what
Me,
you think?
fucker.
You are lawful good?
Yeah.
Oh shit.
All my characters are almost always like chaotic or lawful good.
I mean,
Can't stand being neutral.
I prefer the lawful evil, to be honest, but I am chaotic neutral.
Just because it's your alignment doesn't mean every action has to align with that.
Yeah. Storm is
Yeah,
chaotic.
just-
Storm is chaotic chaos or true chaos.
I could see
Yeah,
that.
just because I'm lawful evil doesn't mean all my characters have to be lawful evil. You're right.
I'm excited to play a character who actually like aligns with my own alignment, so I don't have to like. Kaylee wants to do this, but my
Storm's
dumbass
dirty.
good character is gonna do this.
Why is Storm so dirty?
She's a pirate.
Just...
She's definitely got crabs, if you know what I mean.
She does not.
I mean,
She-
Puck
she
did
pulls
have that
out.
one outbreak.
You guys will find out that, Storm, that's just how she is. She doesn't necessarily mean
I've already found it out.
it.
A very painful day and a half trip.
It's been fine to me so far.
Yeah, you're sitting in the back with Lunk and a pretty princess or steward.
Yeah, I just shoot the gun from a safe distance.
Sorry, I gotta stop calling Gladius a steward. He's much more than that.
I'm a
That's just the
useful.
word that comes to mind.
He took out those two goblins by himself before he even knew what was happening.
Gladius would correct you in the fact that he's her bodyguard.
Bodyguard.
That's
Knight in shining armor, according to Val.
according to Val, but
Hmm.
in truth, sent here to make sure that Hell's Fury does not rain down upon the world.
I'm so excited. About Storm. I can't wait to make people so uncomfortable.
Maybe.
Well,
Not as uncomfortable as the idea of tieflings coming from one of the 9 rings of hell.
it's a little scary. It's like, why the fuck are you here?
The
Hmm.
fuck?
Better
It's a simple
question.
job.
How?
The fact that
We're
it's
just
simple.
on a
It's in
That's
your
not
best
right.
interest not to let Valir die. Because then Vlad and some demon lord is going to be after us.
and then her dad would come, and that would be bad.
Jasmine Petunia York if you don't shut the fuck up.
Petunia?
Petunia.
That's her government name.
What the fuck?
You just made that up because you wanted to sound funny.
No, when we adopted her, her name was Petunia.
Ooh,
That's just
when we
ugly.
when we adopted
So we changed it.
Bartholomew, his name was Popcorn.
Oh my god. I
And
forgot that.
Yeah, and then when we adopted Sebastian, his name was Toonces.
Ooh, you picked
Driving
much better
cat.
names.
Well, Joe named them.
I guess Cat Meat's name is gonna be Oreo too. Then
If it was up to me, their names would have
No, I can't be.
been themed after Lord of the Rings. So
I'll
Well,
never call that cat Oreo.
I'm going
Me
to
either. Disgusting.
close out the stream for the evening.
Excellent.
If you guys want to say good night and farewell.
Oh shit!
good night,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.
Good night,
We'll see you
friends.
next Monday.
Yeah. Hopefully no one dies.